PBJJF podcast number 15. This
Hey,
podcast is the podcast for special people,
a special podcast for special
special for
people.
podcast for special people. So
Yes.
we're here all the three PBJJF hosts. So I think you guys gonna be able to learn a little bit about our personal jiu-jitsu journey, and it'll be a great time with Ricardo and Max again. We're
And
gonna
definitely gonna talk about the PBJJF too, no?
talk
It's like
about
how
that.
how how we
How everything
started,
started.
like everything.
And another thing is, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Brave Kimonos, bravekimonos.com. If you guys are looking for the best gear for Jiu-Jitsu, go and check it out, bravekimonos.com, and use PJJF code for 10% off. All right, guys. And also Roll Live. Another thing that the CEO of PBJ Brave Kimonos told me is that so Brave Kimonos has a school academy wholesale program where if you own a school, you can go to the website, apply on the wholesale for a wholesale account, and you can have special discount for you to purchase PBJJF products.
And awesome, you can sell it at your school now.
You can sell for on
You
your school, and you can have all your students sharp with PBJJF
brave
geese.
geese.
Oh, brave geese products. I personally purchased from
Me too.
products from Brave Kimonos.
Three
Lightweight and
school
also
owners,
sharp.
three school owners, person from the Brave now.
Love it.
What
For money.
what you guys need to start? Contact bravekimonos.com.
And you can get your
Put your informations there, sign up for your application, and you also get approved, and you can start resell. How say that? Sell, yeah, sell it to your students.
Can we put some pictures of your team with the Brave, your team with the Brave, and my team with the Brave?
Sure, we can
So
do
they can
this.
see.
Uh, like, no, it'll be hard, yeah. Yeah, it's nobody. But
go to
hey,
go to JP Ferreira underscore BJJ, and you're gonna see on my Instagram or
Max Gimenis or Culture Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from,
PBJJ or Frontline Jiu-Jitsu Academy.
and you guys can check or geese and rash guards though.
Yes.
And hey guys, quick shout out for the guys from Spectrum Jiu Jitsu. They give me that fancy shirt, They send one for JP too. Now Ricardo won a one too, guys. Guys, they come on. They are first guest here,
I
and
watched it.
and he's one of the guys wear the the shirt, and I'm like, hey, that's a very nice shirt, man. I like that so much, and he's shipping to my house. I really appreciate. I love that gift, man. Thank you so much. Hey, audio is perfect.
Outer is perfect.
Somebody comment here, audio is perfect.
O meu áudio tá pegando o seu.
Yes. What about JP audios, guys? Let's try here again. Good.
And
We
also
try.
mine. And also mine. Can you please
All right.
give us an update on that?
What's up, Ron? Caroline, what's up, Caroline? You know. But let's start, guys. We keep in test the audio. It's like a little bit open conversation. Not a little bit. It's definitely like an open conversation. Talk a little bit about the life. How you feel, man? Open the school 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
I'm super happy. It's a dream come true. You know, open a school, have everything organized, have the brave keys ready for all my students. But the most important is make that dream come true with the jiu-jitsu methodology system that we have. And I could not be happier with the school. Now gotta work hard, to make the dream keep going, keep going.
Keep it going. It's definitely like a dream coming true, man. I just opened my school too 4 months ago.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but pay off, man. You do what you love, That's what every day when I wake up, I'm like, thanks God, thanks for the chance to do what I love every day. It's like, sure, I fight a lot, compete a lot, but I still pay my bills from jiu-jitsu, and it's like
A blessing.
a blessing. It's a blessing. Awesome we three doing this too, that's like a definite blessing. And it's good because we show, man, like one thing I take to my person, man, show to the people who come from where I come, it's possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like from the guys from the same neighborhood, same city, whatever. If they invest his time on jujitsu, put his time on the right things, this pay off. And in the future, we gonna get this back.
Yeah,
You know.
like I tell
Make them laugh.
everyone, like jiu-jitsu is like a school, like a university. When everybody study, we also study, we put in practice, we train,
Muito
we
baixo.
compete, and make it happen. And then in the future, you have the opportunity to make your name and then open your school, and just work from there.
Yeah.
You spend 10 years, 9 years jiu-jitsu, and then when you get your black belts, and then you have a chance to open your gym, and that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. That definitely like a college, man,
Yeah.
but a little bit more hard. Just kidding. A little bit harder.
Normally, like if you not talking about doctors, but if you get to another other professional, it's 4 or 5 years, right? Diploma,
Yeah.
like other, but jiu-jitsu is a nice path. I love it. I tell my students that also they can do jiu-jitsu, have this lifestyle, and then soon open their gym if they're ready, if they want to, and that's
And
awesome.
definitely now, like I feel it's just to start, man.
Yes.
I feel it's just to start. Like maybe in like 10 years, then we're gonna see like the explode, like everybody doing jujitsu. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just
Like you can tell me more about Maryland. You can tell me more about Maryland, but like Virginia, where I am right now, there's not a many schools, but it has space to grow a lot.
yeah. Like man, I feel Maryland it has a lot of schools, but it still have a lot of space. Still have a lot of space. The city I opened my school, they have like 3 or 4 schools already, jiu-jitsu school, and it's still space to myself. You know what I mean? I feel like it's always gonna has students for a good job. You know what I mean? If you deliver a good job, people people come to your school.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Porra, thank you, Amanda.
Nossa, Amandinha,
Porra,
guys,
professional.
we're gonna be here talking, eating, drinking.
Yeah.
No time to go home, and that's
You are
all.
what
And
the American dream is all about. And it's amazing to see you. Thank you so much, Ron. Thank you. It's definitely what you're looking for. Make the dream coming true. Vai, vai, vai.
yeah, that's that's nice. Tá bom, ok. Obrigado, Amandinha. Thank you.
Porra, sushi, podcast, sport and water, diet coke. You are on diet, okay, guys? If like a normal life in couple weeks, it's like a pizza night.
Definitely.
Wow, very good.
Yeah.
Mm. Sorry. And then like you told, you just opened your school like 2 weeks ago, you know. But when you come to Maryland, like not to Maryland, to Virginia, no, that's how long?
I came
It's
to
happened.
Virginia was like 2018.
18.
I was in Miami, so an example, like well, have a long time, right? So I came to US when I was 15 years old. and then I stayed in US for 12 years, and I went to Miami. So I lived for 12 years in Miami, and I did wrestling, high school, everything. And then when I got the whole process of getting the green card, when I got it, I went to Brazil, but I stayed a long time here. So when I went to Brazil, it's kind of shocked me, because 12 years being here, like my little cousins, they all already grew. So kind of,
Then you went crazy partying. You didn't want to come back to the US, right? Am I
Live
right?
the good life.
Am I right or am I wrong?
yes, 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 because it's totally different. Like, wow, Brazil is like because when I left Brazil 15,
You are a kid,
yes, I was doing like carnival and all the way it is, but like when you go back 20 years, 27 years old, whatever, it's a different time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that I didn't do, like Festa Junina, like all this culture stuff that we have in Brazil that we didn't do. And then I went to Brazil, and I stayed in Brazil, and I realized that I wanted to be in Brazil. So I left the US and I moved to Brazil, and I stayed 6 years in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I opened my alliance gym in Piracicaba,
Meet your wife.
met my wife, yes, and then the problem is that I was living more in Brazil than in United States, US. So I have to come to do the transition for the citizenship. And then I would start doing MMA because I was helping Fabio Maldonado
Mm-hmm.
in the UFC. And then he told me, hey, do MMA. So I did 1, 2 fights professional. Then I started to learn, like it, 3, 4, 5. And then I moved to Miami again to go to ATT, the America Top Team, in Coconut Creek. And there I trained with Cara de Sapato, Júnior Cigano, Rodolfo, all the guys that was there.
Nice.
Because my goal was to be in the UFC. And I tried to do the tryouts for the tough. But then when I came here, I was kind of already old for the MMA. Because I was like 34 to 35,
Mm-hmm.
And the UFC is like you have to get to the UFC 34. I don't care if you're like 38, 39 when you are there, but to get inside you have to be
Should have been
34.
under below
Yeah.
34.
Just like the tough, they
Uh-huh.
only allowed you to go there until 34.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
So
But
like,
they need you young and healthy for a couple years too.
yes.
No.
And then I was like, hey, it's okay. I started late because I did my whole career like in jiu-jitsu, competed a lot of jiu-jitsu.
World champion.
And then after I told Luigi, look, I think my MMA career is done. I have the opportunity, thanks God, to train with the best MMA fighters in the world. But I was like, I wanna something more for us. And then I had the opportunity to come to Virginia to teach in high school. And then I moved Miami to Virginia to teach.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Manassas, right? Is that the place you?
The first one that I came was in Gainesville.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We met you. The first time we met, like after competition, right? Because I think I've seen you around before. Right, no competition, all the worlds and all the tournaments.
We see each other in competition too.
All the time.
So you're in Manassas already.
Manassas,
When you
yes.
opened, your first school there.
Yes, when I opened the Alliance Manassas, then when I met you there, then you brought Victor, and that was a very nice play. And then we started getting a little more contact because then you did the tournaments, and then I was working there, so we started getting to know each other.
The first one, the trap invitation.
The
Yeah.
trap invitation, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, that's like 2019, 18,
2019.
19.
2019.
It's not too far away. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Before I come to here too.
Before.
And it's so nice, like how jiu-jitsu is amazing because it's like the whole, even though JP is from Alliance, I'm from, we came from Alliance school, stuff like that. We never met, but because of the jiu-jitsu, we start getting to know a lot, and it's just amazing. And then Max came along after, so that was really nice.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And then you come
You
to
know,
Manassas.
I think we all hang out together because we're crazy and we work freaking hard. we work harder
24
than
for
that
7
guy.
all the time.
You know, like we like we not just work hard,
But
but
hard all the time.
we are
That's true.
reliable anytime. Like whatever. Hey, do I need to work harder? We do work harder. Hey, now we gotta work on Sunday night. We're gonna work Sunday night. I think that's why I think we got along
Yeah.
all together. You know, like, and we really want to make things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
And you know
excuses.
the first tournament we run together, PBJJF, we don't even promise nothing to Ricardo, and he just show up to work into 2:40 a.m. with us,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
we make it happen.
I told Luigi that day, I was like, hey, Luigi, what are we doing Friday? She says, no, I'm not doing nothing. I say, okay,
Let's go to Saturday.
Max is gonna do the first PBJJF. I'm gonna call him and see if he needs help. And then Luigi says, I said, it's okay with you? He said, well, yeah, okay, you go. I said, okay. So call Max, and then, Max, what are you doing now? I'm gonna do the setup. Okay, I'm gonna go there. That's it. Then I show up there. and we
They
start.
show up.
No help in the beginning.
No help, just me and my wife, JP and his wife, and we started the setup. And then Ricardo, I'm going there. I'm like, oh, thanks God. And he show up with Ludmila, you know. And after this, they started, you guys know. There we started the tournament, you know, the PBJJF. Because that's supposed to be like one event in the beginning, you know. We planned this,
One
like, yeah,
per year, two per
let's do
year.
one per year, 2 per year, start like
How
that.
many this year? Do you know how many?
I think it's 30,
30.
30, 30 events this year,
30
guys.
this year.
And you will need your support. You know, we run like a very nice event. We take care about the students, take care about the coach. You know, that's
Safer
like
rules.
safer rules. Like if you need to pick one event to fight, it's definitely PBDJF.
PBJJF. There's no.
It's like no way to
no
look
way.
for another one.
And hey, back to here. Caroline, she said 305. Grew up in Miami.
Oh, that's nice.
She's from She grew up in Miami.
Oh, that's
She's
nice.
Dominican
Real vibe.
Republic. She trains with me. And Ron as well. Ron is here. What's up, Ron? Ron, congrats on your blue belt. He just got his blue belt today.
Congrats, Ron. Awesome.
Congratulations, sir.
Ah.
Yeah, well. So, Caroline is from Dade County.
Do you know what that is?
Dade County is like a 305, but also they used to call it Wade County because
What is
of
that?
the basketball. Miami Heat Wade,
Mm.
and Miami Heat got so good and on a point that instead of calling Dade County, they start calling Wade County. So,
Wade.
Wade.
Weed.
No.
No weed.
Wade.
Wade. What that mean?
It's the player, the name of the
Oh,
player.
the player. Like a
Yes.
basketball guy?
Basketball, yeah.
Nice.
I don't follow
Him and then
much.
Shaquille O'Neal was in the same, so that was nice. The first
Shaquille
time I
O'Neal.
think Miami was champion, man, Miami was like Brazil when it goes to Worlds and Wings, like everybody in the street.
Oh my God.
it was nice.
That's a
It
good
was
history.
nice,
Yeah.
yes.
That's pretty cool. Did you grow up playing? Because like in the US, you have so many opportunities to play different sports.
Yes.
You did high school, right? Teenager years here.
Yes.
So did you ended up playing different sports like besides?
You know, one thing that I regret, Caroline said, Wade County, yes. So one thing that I regret is because when I came to US, I didn't know anything in English or any Spanish, right? And in Miami, everybody speaks Spanish and English. So when I got to the high school, I didn't know that it's like public school the public school you can have the opportunity to do so many stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while to learn English, but I had one guy that was like, "Hey, you from Brazil?" Like I was like only one or two Brazilians. Like, yeah, from Brazil. Royce Gracie, Jiu-Jitsu, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But I didn't.
But you know
jiu-jitsu.
what's jiu-jitsu, I don't know.
I knew because my cousins in Brazil, they black belts and everything. But I never done jiu-jitsu because in Brazil I did a handball. And I was really good at handball. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna get in US, do handball, get to the scholarship, and then make my life. But then they didn't have handball here. So then the guy says, hey, why you don't do wrestling? I was like, what? Wrestling? I didn't know what wrestling was. So I was like, yeah, okay. I went there. I like it. It's a really nice sport, but I didn't know the rules. the people talked to me, and I was very shy at the beginning. I used to get red all the time because I didn't know anything. So it took me like literally 2 years to learn English.
Did
And
you get
huh?
bullied?
No,
On that time, that
no,
don't.
like
It's other
everybody,
name.
everybody treated me like really nice.
Was that a thing around that time already?
Uh, People used to
Pro-
say like a little bit like,
Probably, yeah, but with a different name, you know.
Different
So,
name.
yeah.
yeah.
How would people deal?
If they used to
How
do
would-
bullying with me, I don't know
You
because I
don't
didn't
know.
know
You
English.
didn't-
So like, yeah, whatever, you know.
How
Like, fuck Brazil. I'm like, oh, nice.
if you're like there was like a type of bullying around around your time?
I don't remember, JP.
No.
I don't remember.
Because remember back in Brazil, bullying was called joke.
It's okay. Ah, we play.
You,
Cabeção.
you bully me, I bully you back.
Yeah.
Like every fight.
Kind of motion game. Like, fat. Big head. Whatever. Yeah.
It is gonna back and forth. Right?
Yeah.
But then the thing that I regret is like after I started doing wrestling, I thought I can only do something, right? But the people like from football, they used to like when the season was over going to wrestling, and a lot of the it's like, oh my gosh, so many people here, what happened? So it's like, the football guy season's over, so now wrestling. And then I had people that used to do volleyball, swimming, and all these things. So it was fun. I wish I could have done more in high school, you know.
Nice.
But
Pretty sure it's a good experience, man.
yeah. But then after I left high school, I started doing capoeira, and I did capoeira for like 2 years.
In
2 years and a
Brazil or
half.
here? Here?
Yes. I like capoeira, but because I competed wrestling, I wanted to compete, and capoeira didn't have the competition. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu. And then when I met Boca, and I started doing jiu-jitsu, 2005, I was 22 years old. I started doing jiu-jitsu.
I started in 2005 too. I'm 10 years old.
So, but it was fun. It was fun. And then I love jiu-jitsu, man. I started jiu-jitsu and I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So then I started working to compete. But today's day, guys, you guys are lucky because PBJJF has one tournament a month. You have the opportunity to go. But back in the days,
It's
I
hard.
used to have to
Travel.
4, 5, 6 hours. One tournament like,
Cross country.
yes. So, and then I start competing because I say, man, if I wanted to be, good, I have to compete. Not only training, but to compete.
Challenge yourself against
Yeah.
that.
Hey, will guys please eat because
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Hey, now this sushi is the
really
best.
good. This is really good.
Hey,
You guys should sponsor us.
This is the best sushi.
There's one in the same shopping mall as my gym. And I told Luigi, this is not going to be good because if I'm hungry, I'm going to buy. So I'm teaching 1 class, 2 class, 3 class, and I'm hungry. Then I go get one, and then I eat the same thing. Love it.
This is Philadelphia. It's my favorite one. Do you
Yeah.
guys like it?
I love him.
You know something that I miss here? Temaki.
Hey,
Temaki.
I don't think they have it here.
I don't think so too. But like in Orlando,
Orlando.
we
They have
got
it.
we got an restaurant.
Hey,
I
we
know
play-
no. What's the name? I
Hidden,
forget the
hidden.
name.
Hidden.
Hidden. Hey, if you're in Orlando,
If you go to Orlando,
stop on this restaurant. That's like a Brazilian style, sushi restaurant.
we plan to go to Orlando just to eat.
Yeah. We talk about this all the time. Like, hey, when we gonna do our gourmet trip? Go to Orlando just to
All
eat.
the Brazilian pizza, all of the
In Orlando, they have.
all. There's a huge community in Brazilian community
In Orlando.
In Orlando.
Yeah.
No, I
Crazy.
don't. They have, but like.
And a lot of famous people live there from Brazil. Xuxa, Silvio Santos, all the famous actors. And,
Bolsonaro are here when.
Every time when I go to Orlando, I didn't know, but every time I go to Orlando, there's this restaurant called Camila's. But that's the only one.
I eat that before.
That's the
I never
only
been
one.
to that
Recipe.
That's the only one that I know, other than like Texas de Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Fogo de Chão, yeah.
But I didn't know that they have a pizza and
They have like a
oh my
that,
gosh.
that sushi place
It's
is
the best too.
hey, it's the best sushi I eat here in USA. They don't sponsor us, okay?
We wish. They
Wait,
should.
they should.
This is great too. This is called East Moon.
Wistimum, yeah.
They have, I think, a location here in Colombia and also somewhere else.
When I work on ground control, I lunch there all the time.
It's really close from here, right?
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes from here, 15, maximum 15 minutes. If you're from Colombia, from the area, go there, Istimum.
Where did
Yeah.
you hear about it?
JP. No, I think you talk about me.
Tell them you guys heard about them. Here.
And maybe we got the sponsorship one day.
Definitely.
Hey, that's good. A lot of people
And Ricardo,
comment and talking about.
So you went to Brazil, right? So how was the experience of being in Brazil after, like you said, like do you feel like you like what you didn't do here that you were able to do in Brazil?
Without
you
party. Without party.
Party, what
A lot
like
of stuff. It's like
family? What was the difference for you?
like an example. I never partied too much because I always focusing on
Training.
competing. But when I went to Brazil, that kind of changed a little bit. Because
It's culture, no?
culture, yeah. But the family was a big issue for me. Definitely the family because I stayed more than a decade without seeing all of them. Luckily, like I have my mom, my sister that used to come like once in a while, but like my cousins, aunts, uncles. So it's like missed all of them.
Yeah.
And they did a very nice party to me when I got there.
To welcome you, yeah.
Yeah, like beautiful. They did some highlight on TV, like everybody cried,
Nice.
and it was really nice. That really touched me, and it's nice because always have the mentality of work and to be what we want. An example, my goal, I tried one time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and then I became a world champion. So I was only focused to be a world champion, and I forgot a little bit of the family, to be with the family, the moments that is so important. And when I went to Brazil, that's something
Touch,
that touched me a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
My wife just in Brazil now for 1 more week, and the family did the same, like big party to welcome her. It's good, and we like 3 years almost don't go to Brazil, like COVID, everything, but now she get this little bit time. Unfortunately, I can't go, too much work now. But soon, I'll be with my parents still.
Yeah. And
My
it's something
family.
that last time no, but I always when I used to go to Brazil, every time I used to go to Brazil, I talked to Luigi like Luigi. Forget everything. Let's go back to Brazil. And then for 2 weeks we have the same mentality. When she comes, it's the same thing. But like the last trip was different. I think we got a little bit more mature about the things that we really want, and this is nice.
And how do you guys meet each other?
That was a long story, but like my right when I went to Brazil, my cousin. This is something that I never seen here before. Like like when you graduated to university, and then they throw like a big party, and then they call your friends, and then my aunt, she rented like a, how do you say, chácara, like a farm, like
Yeah.
Farm.
and then all the people there with the music, and my cousin.
It's a party after party.
After, yeah, that's crazy. It's just crazy, man.
Party like everybody
After the
from
party.
the class, from the grade, and
Then go to the party.
personal party with the family
And then you
after
have
too.
to wear like a nice thing, and then you go there. It's, man, awesome. And
Formatura.
Formatura, exactly.
I don't
That's
know
the
English.
party of
That,
formatura. Yes, me neither.
Hey,
But then Mayara, my cousin, she knew Ludmilla and their sister.
is
Since
she
was
the
they were like
singer?
8 years old. Huh?
Is she the singer?
No, no,
You have a singer,
no. Yeah, but that's my
a
niece.
different. Okay.
and she young.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
18. She
Yeah.
became 18, 17. Sorry. And then Ludmilla was there, and then something that everybody used to do in the party. I don't know. Do you guys used to play truco?
Yes.
Truco is
J,
everybody
J,
play truco.
JP say he's good on that, but
Yeah, so they all played truco, and I was like, oh my gosh, I never played truco in my life. So they're all
You never played
no,
truco?
because I left to Brazil 15.
You played truco? Não muito no Rio, né?
not much. In
Minas and São Paulo, I think.
Yeah, like interior.
But they have different rules too.
Yes. But they're
Is
all
the most is the truco is the most offensive
game.
game you can ever play.
people no, and then they throw the car like so, but it's
You guys
nice,
should
it's
search
nice.
about it. Truco.
Let's play here one day.
You should play.
Yeah, that's
Almost get to fight.
okay, Luigi.
That is good.
He gets,
Yeah, when everybody goes like, hey, Luigi say I'm gonna play, everybody knows her in the city. Like she's really
No, but Lud is like this on everything, you know. Everything she's doing is like serious.
no. Luigi used to do championship in truco wins. Like she's like
Uh,
really good.
Lud's like that. Lud,
Championship?
nobody.
Yeah, she was crazy.
We tell Lud, Lud, nobody can cross this door. You sure nobody gonna cross this door? She makes sure like nobody gonna cross this door.
And then Luigi was there playing, and then they have barbecue, eating, playing truco, like before they get ready for the formatura.
Pão de queijo is here.
Pão de queijo.
Yeah, the famous pão de queijo.
I
From
spoke with Pão de queijo
from
today.
Philadelphia. Oh,
Hey, we
yeah,
come to Pittsburgh in couple weeks. We come to
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
just tell everybody here. Hey guys, for watching it, take a picture and tag us on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's
Take a picture
nice.
of the TV.
Hey.
Put it in the TV. Take a picture.
You guys can do that. I don't think so.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta get skill. You gotta have some skills.
Yeah,
to
you
play
should
TV.
should have some skills. They don't have this. I don't believe.
But hey, we already know we hang out all the time. We cut each other here all the time, and we change
Sorry.
the path of the
Subject.
conversation all the time.
We are used to this. But then Luigi was there. Man, we spoke the whole party.
Connection.
I spoke the whole party, but nothing like I was
She beat you on
flirting.
truck or no? She
No,
beat you on truck
I
or
didn't
no?
watch it because I didn't know
The rules.
I didn't know anything. I was just watching there. But we talk about everything. But we didn't flirt with each other or anything. Like no. But we spoke about life and everything. And then Luigi, she was doing the university in Brazil, and then she got the opportunity to finish the university in Spain. So she stayed 1 year in Spain.
Played for Barcelona.
Play for
Soccer.
Barcelona.
Soccer,
Yeah.
soccer. She won the championship there.
Nice.
Luigi plays really good.
Lud's world champ. And wait, talk about what? She just won Pan Am's last month, no?
Yes.
Hey, the Gog squad in the house.
The
Zizu
champ is
cara.
here.
O Gog squad in the house.
Usa Zizu. What's up?
Always helping us with everything. And then but Luigi says that the most important one is gonna be Pan Am's PBJJF.
PBJJF. It's coming. It's
PBJJF.
coming, guys.
Like I have
And World.
Yeah, it's and words and the
yeah.
coming.
But then she went to Spain, and then I came to US. No, sorry. When she went to Spain, I just got Fabio Maldonado from the UFC just talked to me and say, hey, I need someone to help me with wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And then back in the days, like I was really flying with the jiu-jitsu tournaments, getting like, everything. And then I helped him. And then
You are a black belt on this time already or no?
Brown.
Bro.
And then
You were in Brazil.
yeah, Brazil. And then I helped him. And then they said you should have fight MMA. And then I started fighting MMA, like it. I got to be corner in the UFC for a few times with Maldonado, great experience. And then one day I saw Luigi. She was in in the mountains skiing. And then I said, "Oh my gosh, I used to do this because we used to go to North Carolina ski." And then I started talking to her. Hey,
Internet.
yeah,
Because
internet.
she's in Spain and in
Yeah.
Brazil. Okay.
And then I was talking to her like sometimes like 10 minutes. And then when I see 30 minutes, and then when I see 1 hour, and then when we
So
see
you
2 hours, and then when we see, we start creating this really nice
Relationship.
connection, relationship.
yes, like far
Friendship.
away, yes. Then when we see, you talk like 3 hours. I couldn't talk more because the time zone different, but then I have to do all the stuff. Then when she came to Brazil, we started talking and then dating, and then that was nice.
Then
You
you
guys
got
started dating
married.
before on the internet. 3 hours, 4 hours.
3 hours, yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
She get here, you don't need to say that. There's like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That's cool, man. Beautiful, beautiful Easter, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that was really nice. But then I decided, like, hey, I think it's time for her to go to USA. I gotta get my citizenship. She was really afraid because it's really hard for you to go to a place that you don't know the culture, the language, like nothing. She
Yeah.
didn't have the papers yet because I have the paper, but then we have to get married and apply and everything. So that was a really hard situation. And then Luigi had a very hard time to learn English. And then she learned English, but she had a hard time to talk because she was afraid to.
Make mistakes.
Yeah,
Make
so she
mistakes.
understands when you say, but when she talks, you're like, ah. But that gets the time that she's good now, So that's good. I'm very
That's
glad.
I one. Don't be afraid,
Afraid.
to say anything wrong. Just try.
Yeah.
We learn from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just try.
And people understand that it's not your first language.
Yeah.
And then you're here and you're working hard, and then the thing that exactly, you have to try. Talk.
Look, we are here.
Give some
With
feedback, Zuzu, on the
3 Brazilians doing like
on the-
podcasting
podcast
in
in
English.
At the first, I'm like, wow, this is really gonna work because it's really hard to talk, like Brazilians, and we need
Yeah.
English.
Yeah. But hey, we're doing it.
We do make
We're
it
doing
happen.
it, make it
I say a lot of crazy things, but a lot of wrong things. But I'm here. Be patient, guys. Let's see it in 1 year. Probably I will improve a lot. Yeah.
It's like jiu-jitsu. Just
Yeah,
like
man.
it
Gotta
is.
keep it doing, keep it show up.
Yes, that's the spirit.
Same way. That's all. What about you, Max? Tell us a little bit about your life story. You say we talk about in the podcast, right? You starting a social project.
Yeah, I started on a sort of program. So I'm like 10 years old, 9 years old, little fat kid, and fight a lot in the school all the time. And somebody recommended my parents to bring me to like a sport, and for you, I always did sports like swim, all the things. But like somebody told, like, hey, you think Max should be like should do something like to discipline. Judo is very disciplined, And then my dad bring me to this church. They has like really close to my house, and they giving like jiu-jitsu and judo. Then, but like kids doing like judo, and like when you over 17, is doing jiu-jitsu. And I get there, start training.
So say that he's too close to the mic.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I get there, start training, get in love with the sport. Couple months after fight already.
Gav, you love the part. Which one, judo or jiu-jitsu?
Judo first,
Judo.
Yeah. Like they say that we train like judo-jitsu, Yeah, judo-jitsu. That's true. That's how they call, because it's judo for kids, but we competed jiu-jitsu too sometimes. You know what I mean? But I started getting too big for this class, and my first professor said, "Hey, you should jump on the adults class. Will probably help you more, and you're gonna get more improved." Like, I'm okay, and my dad agree with that too, and I start training more jiu-jitsu on that time.
You started with them?
I started with 10, I'm like 12, maybe 11 and a half, something like that. and they start training jiu-jitsu with like how the adults, big guys. But man, this like make my jiu-jitsu improve so fast, you know. And I start competing a lot, competing. But I have one person always beat me on that time. It's Patrick Gaudio. Man, ever we fight like on this time like 8 times, 10 times. He beat me 8, you know. And but this motivated me every time I come back, come back, come back. We fight in Rio de Janeiro. We have like the states, you know, and it's like four state championship, but that's like four beginning of the year, like for like seasons, you know, four seasons.
Just like in São Paulo. São Paulo we also
Yeah, it's like the seasons, you know, and then like you
like
got
we do, like we do in Maryland.
like we do
Every
you know,
season.
every season we have a tournament, and
and it's like whoever gets the most points wins, right?
yes,
Just like in São Paulo too.
but we like same division and probably like we fight all the finals. I don't, probably they have like the rank, you know, and we both like top the rank. We just see each other in the finals. And man, most of these fights I lost to him, lost to him, lost to him, lost to him. But I keep come back, and on Brazilian national, I beat him on the Brazilian nationals final. And on this day, I decided like, man, I need to do this for my life. You know what I mean? I'm like a kid, maybe like 13 years old, 14 years old, you know.
Overcome yourself from it.
Yeah, you know,
Nice.
and I'm like that's what I love. I need to do this to my life, and but to get to one point, and my family moved to Espírito Santo. I'm like 14, 15 years old, 14 years old, and then we moved for Espírito Santo. That's like a shock. I'm like, man, I will stop training. Oh my God! But for you, I think it's the best thing happen because to my family for sure, we get like some problems on that time, you know, in the process to change, but to myself too, I meet like really good people, you know, my professor Thiago Oliveira from Espírito Santo, be there for 4 years, kind of almost like when I'm like 17 to 18 years old. I decided back to Rio de Janeiro.
Did you like Espírito Santo?
I love it.
Back
I
in
love
Rio? It's cheaper, right?
It's different, you know. I like Rio, but like Espírito Santo's like, man, it's different. We can do everything by on a bike if you want. You can cross the city on a bike. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of in on the Rio. I don't have that good life close to the beach or whatever. And Espírito Santo I have. Maybe that's why I like more Espírito Santo. You know,
And Espírito Santo is beautiful too, right?
beautiful, beautiful.
Safer as well, right?
Safer as well, you know, way better to live it, you know. And then I moved to there, meet Thiago, we train a lot, start to compete every weekend because he also has a federation in Brazil too. And then like I started helping him on the tournament. That's why PBJJF coming through too. That's like an inspiration by my professor, one of my professors from Brazil, and I help him on the tournaments and also fighting every weekend. And then I'm like juvenile. We start to compete like 4 divisions. My division is juvenile, open class, adult division, open class. Man, these give me like a lot of experience. I win a lot of tournaments. I lost a couple ones, you know, but give me like a lot of background. And every time I travel to compete in Brazil on my division for my age, it's like
Nothing.
it's nothing. Cause that's like another teenage, but he don't have all the background I have, you know. But at one point, my friends start to going to the college. My best partner's friend, you know, started going to the college. He started picking other things to do, and I'm like, man, I want to do this for my life. I want to do this for my life. And I traveled to Rio de Janeiro to fight on
How old were you there?
17 on this time.
And let me ask you a question. Have you ever tell your mom and daddy that you want to be doing jiu-jitsu instead of doing college?
Yes, my daddy support me a lot. My mom gets scared. She's like, what are we gonna, how are we gonna pay your life or your bills, whatever, blah blah blah. 'Cause we don't have into my professor on this time. He can't pay his bills only with jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He should work in another full-time job and teach jiu-jitsu part-time. He starts to get better when the federation grow. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yes.
And she gets scared. I'm like, man, I will figure out, you know, if I need to move to another country, I'll figure out. And she gets scared, but she told me, you can do this, but please go to the college too, you know. I'm like, okay, mom. But whatever, we keep on this. But I come to Rio de Janeiro to fight to Rio Open, and I train on GF team for 1 week. Man, I get there, I'm the only blue belt on the match. Maybe like 30 black belts, 10 brown belts. You know what I mean? And myself. I don't know why Julius said, but he let me train. I get my butt kicked. Sorry the word, but like I probably don't score one advantage in nobody, GP. Don't score one advantage in nobody. And but I fight on the weekend and I get double gold on this Rio Open, And Julius said that, whatever. I back Monday to train. And I talked to him, hey, professor, I want to train here, blah, 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 give me opportunity. I don't know. People ask for opportunity all the time for him, for sure, no. But he gave me the opportunity. He like it. Yeah, you can train here anytime you want, talk to your parents or whatever. And I come back back home with this information. And I told my mom, I want to move to Rio. She's like, you crazy. They're like, you go move to Rio. I'm like, no, my grandmother lived there. I'll leave it to my grandmother. Blah, blah, blah. I'll work on the security on the weekends. Whatever. We'll make it happen. Blah, blah, blah. She's like, no, 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 no. You can't. But I start to invest on myself. On the summer, it's a big deal. You work on the beach. Man, I work like 3 months on the beach. Save a lot of money, And in January, I told her, hey, I have that much money. I want to go to Rio. Like, how much you guys can support me amount, And my dad, like, I can't give you nothing. But, like, if you want to go. We figure out the month I can help you. I help, whatever. But my mama, no, you can't go. You got to go to the college, blah, blah, blah. I listen her, But on that same moment, I messaged Julio on Facebook. Hey, Julio, sorry. I told you back in January, but my mom don't want to let me back. She told me I need to go to the college, and blah, 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 and think about my future. I'll keep doing jiu-jitsu. I hope one day I train under you, coach. And he say, that's the only problem. You need to be in a college. I'm like, yes, looks like. He like, I got to free college on this school, blah, 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 blah. He give me like, he throw on my chest, like, if you wanna, you come, you just need to fight judo from this college. I'm like, it's a gift, like get a free, more experience, whatever. I talk to my mom. She get crazy too. Like, okay, you got a free college. We need to pay for it, And I back to Rio.
What year was that?
2011. 2011. I'm like, hey, blue belt. Get there, but on this time I live with my grandmother, and my mom's brother, his wife, and the little baby, and an apartment, a small apartment. We all live together. The first month's okay, 6, 7 months, 8 months, and when get almost 1 year, it's getting hard, especially because I go to train in the morning, just come back late night after the college, you know what I mean? And sometimes wake up the baby, don't work, get on a point that don't work. And I talked to Julio, and he like, hey, come to the gym, you can live here. So on that time, Jaime Canuto and Jake Mackenzie live there, yeah. And I be there for a couple months, but my fight. My life starts getting better on fighting, I fight the trials to Abu Dhabi, and I win this trial, and then like they pay me like $1,000 on this trial. It's a lot of money in Brazil on that time, especially for like who don't have nothing. One is double, and I save this money, start eating a little bit better, invest in on training, blah blah blah, fight more tournaments, and start like. Compete every weekend and work on the tournament. Compete and work. Give him like a crazy background. You know what I mean?
You already told me, but for the people that don't know, Max, what was the first time they came to US to compete in US?
2012. In 12, yeah, on the blue belts. I won my awards on 12, yeah. But like on the same year, I'm like. On the blue belts, I'm like winning all events on Rio de Janeiro. I mean, everything. Don't come to kill everybody. That's time I waited to get my purple belt, and my professor like, you go fight to Worlds next year. I'm like, he asked me, yeah, I get my visa is approved. I'm going. We'll figure it out. And
So
he like
you won the world's 12.
on 12.
I won 11.
11.
11,
Nice.
yes.
You on the same year, Rodolfo?
Yeah.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah, Rodolfo exploded that year, right?
That's the year he like he
Was it
get
brown
double
belt? Was
gold.
it brown
No,
belt?
bro, black belt.
Black.
He
But
get double
exploded,
gold.
yes.
Yeah,
He was the like,
yeah.
No, Rodolfo was
He and man
I mean,
for
unstoppable for
yeah,
couple
but
years,
like,
yeah.
But like the people you like in US here,
Yeah.
they actually started to know him.
But you know, let me tell something. Rodolfo is the reason I'm be here today. He's the closest person to me that I can see. I'm like, I want to be like this guy. You know what I mean? I want to. It's possible. Cause before, we don't know. I don't know nobody who live by jiu-jitsu like that. You know what I mean? By fighting jiu-jitsu. You know, maybe like a couple school owners or like
but competing.
competing. He's the
'cause
first
he was
person.
getting cars, a prize, Rolex.
Rolex, he
The
won like
money.
50 grand on Abu Dhabi when he was brown belt. And I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm at the gym. I'm training with him every day. I'm like, man, if I follow everything he do, I will be like this guy one day. You know what I mean? It's like, unfortunately, I don't be like him. But I create my journey. You know what I mean?
That's true. Like Rodolfo get the name of the black belt hunter, right?
Yes, from
Yes.
winning
Abu Dhabi.
because it was close, was
Yeah.
together, was brown and black at that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat everybody.
He beat everybody.
It was 2012,
No, when he was brown belt, 2009.
9.
9 or 10. 10, I
And
think
then
so.
I think it was 2010, and then he got the black belt for the world's 11.
Yes, I think so.
Got at the airport or something like
On the airport, he like 8 months brown belt, something like that, and come in the words after and kill everybody. But he's the inspiration, you know what I mean? And like,
Sorry, no, Max. I saw the video the other day that Rodolfo, he was saying, I laughed so much. I watched 3 times, and then he won the world, he won the Brazilian Nationals, right? And then he was there sitting down, and then Julius, he says the master started doing the speech, you know. He didn't even know that was gonna be a ceremony, that they're gonna change the belts. And then he was there, and then Julius started talking, like, you know, this guy deserved. And then Rodolfo, his mind, like, oh my gosh, who's gonna get promoted, you know? And then Julius, like, you know, this guy won the national double gold, Brazilian national double gold.
it's me.
He was like, no, Julius. No, I want to fight the world. Rodolfo, and he said, no, don't call me, don't call.
No, Rodolfo, Júlio
gave me the belt.
The belt. It's like, oh, you're screwed. You're gonna lose.
But he said, Rodolfo said,
Thanks for the motivation, mom.
Yeah, when he called me, I went over there, right? But I didn't want to cry either. He said, I didn't want to cry. And then, but that was funny.
Rodolfo's a fun guy, man. He's a nice guy.
There's a guy asking, Jesus asking about Julio, but let me ask you this question. DJ1234 is asking, do you think the gi will fade away? No way.
He?
Yeah.
No,
Who
I
asked?
don't think
Who
so.
asked that?
There's no way.
DJ
Jiu-jitsu, Jiu-jitsu is gi.
You just get.
Everything without gi is grappling. So we can do jiu-jitsu and take the gi off and roll, right? But the
Jiu-jitsu
traditional jiu-jitsu
Is
is
in the gi.
training the gi.
Yes.
You know, like otherwise would not be called jiu-jitsu.
It's grapple.
So if you're talking about maybe
No gi is
maybe
grapple.
grappling can grow more, I think that's possible. But jiu-jitsu,
I definitely
Will be
feel
there.
grapple will grow a lot. It's still growing, you know. But jiu-jitsu always has your space, you know what I mean? And we're still growing too. Just
lot.
like
more.
man,
Look
we
at the
say like
tournaments. How many people? What is there? Like we track the amount of people that competes in the gi and no gi.
way more in the gi, way more.
Geez,
And like man, how many we see a new school open every month almost, man? If you pay attention, every month like a school, and they doing gi.
I like the no gi. I I like the no-gi, but the gi is my passion.
Passion.
Mm-hmm.
The gi is my passion. And in my school now, I have only two in the schedule, only two classes, no gi, everything is gi. I like more.
And
I do
like
50
stand up
50.
for judo. I like the jiu-jitsu. I like everything. Like the gi, I love the gi.
I do 50-50 on my school. It's almost 50-50. Maybe 60-40 for real. It's like 60-40. Gi and no gi. Yeah.
But like,
But like, I do this a lot too. It starts to become myself on the beginning, because I'm an MMA fighter. I fight the DCC couple years ago. People going to train it to me sometimes because they want to train no gi too,
a
But
couple of years ago, no, you competed last year.
last year, yeah, and the before too, yeah. But
Like
like
when I,
people wanna
yeah,
learn
when
from.
I used to do MMA, man, what a great experience. I had a lot of fun training Nogi, like in the Maya, with Shogun, like, Daniel Sarafia, Maldonado, everybody, then ATT, but my passion is the gi. I think that the thing is this, most of the guys, jiu-jitsu, they go to MMA to test to see if it really works. But if the money was good in jiu-jitsu, just like it was in MMA, I don't think
Hey,
most of the people would do the transition
yeah,
to
I
to
agree.
to,
To
to
MMA,
fight MMA.
yeah.
But I see a lot of those guys regretting nowadays
Me,
because of the
I
growth of jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
In like 2011, if I was no 13, 2013, I was fighting MMA, and Gigi told me go do jiu-jitsu in the United States. I was like, no, Gigi, I'm fighting. I'm excited about the fights. Like, finish the fights you need to finish. Go and do jiu-jitsu in the USA. I didn't have. I was like,
You never
you're
think
breaking
about
my
that
dream
option.
right now. I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't. I didn't. I did not. A live tá rodando? Caiu ali, né, Amanda?
Acho que tá rodando.
Meu caiu. Let us know if the live is. Tá rodando? Hein?
Lost the video. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
But can you guys hear us? Lost the video, but you guys can see us.
But we can still hear. Yeah, they still hear us.
Yes.
But let's keep talk.
Yes. So it's like, JP, you're saying that, but I feel that I had a very nice opportunity like doing MMA, and I got to know a lot of people. Thanks God by that. But I left on my prime jiu-jitsu to go to MMA, and I was getting worlds, Pan Am's, podium with like Cornelius, Miao brothers, getting there in my top, and then on my peak, on my best in jiu-jitsu, I changed to MMA. And today's day, I regret
That's what I have a lot of fear.
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 Uh-huh.
I did almost the same thing. He stopped in my prime from MMA. The year I got second on black belt adult division, I jumped to MMA.
Made the
Yeah,
transition.
but like
But for you, it
I
was more
enjoy.
challenge, right? Like it was a different
That's
challenge.
that's a
Right?
different challenge. But that's when I start to train jiu-jitsu. Man, it's like the prime MMA. The pride is there.
Yeah.
That motivated me keep it come back to jiu-jitsu. Like, man, we do just one day. I will fight this thing. One day we'll fight this. And like I told myself when I was 28, I will start MMA. Since I'm a kid, I'm like, oh, I will win, compete anything I need. When I'm 28, I'll start doing MMA, and I did, But my goal is doing that after winning awards. I get close, but it's,
That was
Yeah. I don't
in a
know.
black belt, that's
Yeah, I
like,
don't know. Yeah, you're a world champion many times already, but like I don't know how I would have been in jiu-jitsu if I didn't do MMA, just continue competing and being a level. But I know that one day that I fought the worlds, and I was already going to MMA, and then I fought João Gabriel in the quarterfinals in the Worlds, and I lost to João Gabriel. And of course, João Gabriel, he was flying, but I look to myself and I say, or you do jiu-jitsu or you do MMA, because it's too different. You know, focus on something, and then I want to compete jiu-jitsu with the high-level guys, and I wasn't training to high-level guys, so I was like, yeah, let me focus on MMA. So, but I lost the transition. But
you know,
like
if you don't go for that transition, on today we will look back and say like, man, why I don't did it?
Why
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
You gotta like it's
It's
everything we pick, you gotta left the other sometimes. It's hard to do everything. Now we try to do everything. Like, it's hard, but we know how hard it is.
But the thing that I say is this: my dream always was to compete adult black belt, you know, in the worlds. But I never did because I did a transition. But you know what? Time goes fly. Jiu-jitsu is amazing sports, and I still compete. I think I'm gonna compete forever. I already
Me too.
I love the adrenaline. I love to compete, and then fight masters. You know, it's still competing. You know,
I think I'll do my debut at Master Worlds this year.
Aí, that's nice.
Masters
Think it would be
division,
nice.
yeah, tougher.
I miss fighting in a gear. I miss fighting again.
He is nice.
It's like almost 2 years now. You know, like not 2 years. I fight the one open last year, but like I don't train in a gi. You know, I sign up to a no gi tournament to do it before a DCC. You know, like a training competition. You know, and is the gear one day before. I'm like, I'm here already. You know, put my name in the gi too. Let's do both. I did well. I got my division. Guess in the gi I get second in the open class, but get double gold in no gi.
We had a very nice camp in 2020, and that was
Man,
nice.
that's awesome. We're both in Pan Ams on this year, yeah.
Yes, I won the gold division. And then we won the adult.
Yeah.
That camp was
That
really
camp
nice.
with like,
I
me
felt that we got more
connect.
connected
Yeah.
with each other, you know.
That's true.
It was a good group there.
Yeah.
Like me, you, JP, Alexandre, Mohamed Ali,
Anderson.
Anderson.
Anderson was the biggest one, right?
Anderson's the big one. Oh my God, he's like
Yeah, he's back.
he's big.
Yeah.
He's big guy. But yeah, that's definitely like one of the best camp I did it here in USA, like
Hey,
especially in
I
Maryland.
invited some people for that
That's-
training, and they're like, "No way, I'm going to this training. Like, I need somebody there, because those the lighter
JP's
guys.
the small one, yeah. JP's the small one on this
Like,
train.
but you know, it's
And
like,
this is during the quarantine, man. We train like nobody can see, you know, no pictures, the doors closed.
Yeah.
But we make it happen. We make it happen. We make it happen.
I remember that Brave. The Brave is like, hey guys, you gotta be safe. You gotta put the mask. And then Brave did a very nice mask. And then when we post the picture, we have the mask. I post the picture of the mask. That was really
Hey,
nice.
these Pan Ams, we got a funny story. You know? Like we try.
trip to Pan, trip to Pan.
We travel to Pan Ams.
Orlando and Orlando.
To Orlando, you know, we get like get in the airport and don't find like the rental car, like a
We
big
got
one,
Yeah, we got like a SUV.
the SUV, yeah.
You know,
And-
Max and his wife, me and my wife.
Yeah, we don't have a baby yet on this time. Just like me and my wife, JP and his wife, and I'll travel to fight. Awesome, but we wanna market
Other business.
all the business, you know, and we give these masks outside the venue. Well, and we have a lot of bags too. We get them and not found the SUV. We look on Toro, some app like this, and we found like a BMW. You know, like maybe this fit us, like a convertible, you know,
Convertible.
convertible. And we get them, and we almost don't fit on this car,
The
but
bags didn't
the
fit.
bag didn't fit, you know. But it's a nice car. It's a nice one, nice BMW. I don't remember like what a model, but it's very nice. And they're like, we play boys now, blah, blah, blah. Convert just drive with this open ran, we don't care, you know. It's funny. When we get in the hotel, man, it's the bad hotel. It's like the roast one, man. It's kind of like a favela.
All the hotels.
It's booking. It's
It was
full.
booked.
What year was that?
2001, that year we'll fight too. Yeah.
You couldn't book cars. You couldn't book hotels.
Like
Yeah,
I think
Restricted, I remember.
and I feel like everybody get the hotels before us because we don't found any.
We found only one.
That's what we found, man. It's like the favelas, man. People sell drugs there for reals. Like hookers.
Hey, guys, hey, can you give him some money to pay to help with the rent?
Yeah.
I don't have the money,
Like,
but you drive
Look at this car, man. Like, look at that car. It's bad, man. And then, but we get that, like, we scared, man.
drove to Orlando.
You drove to Orlando this year.
Orlando, yes.
You crazy. Oh my
That
God.
year,
Yes.
Oh my God.
15. How many hours?
Yeah, that was 15 because you have to stop gas, eat something.
Like 15 hours drive.
Yeah.
Couldn't ride that much.
My God.
I-
You
I-
drove, no, your wife got with you or you
No,
drove
no,
by
no,
yourself?
no,
Luciano
Do
Brazil.
you remember that time?
É verdade, cara. Não, deixa embora, deixa embora, deixa embora, não.
We don't have to go there.
Training.
Ev-
After
hey.
those training.
Every day,
I was gonna take a shower. I was tired.
hey, every train after every train we stop to eat in somewhere, you know. Man, Josh talk about Ludmilla.
We went to.
I miss
we went to
Ludmilla.
Chipotle,
Oh my God,
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
And they was like, Ricardo so sad.
So what happened, man? You have ever. Like, oh my God, man, she's in
We
Brazil.
needed her here.
And then what happened was she went to Brazil. COVID happened. They blocked
she couldn't come
the
Border.
border, so she couldn't come back. And then
My
we
God.
got a little
Nah.
far away distance. But
Can't imagine. Oh my God, man.
I'm a man, guys. Everything was.
It's funny to remember that.
That's
And then we get on the tournament, give the marketing we have, you know, outside the jump,
Everybody was getting
the mask, you know, some like famous fighters wear and they don't even know what it is. Yeah, well, we make it happen, and awesome. Like thanks. I get gold on my division on an open class. It's good tournament. The camp we did is good, man.
The camp did it.
The camp is good.
Definitely.
Yeah, we should get this trend together again at one point. You know, like maybe one time a month or whatever. Like
Yeah. I feel like now I'm working a lot. You guys know. But as soon as I leave my full time and stay in gym and PBJJF, I'm gonna have more time to
No.
definitely do more training.
it's coming. It's coming.
and
I
soon
just
will be
feel
a
so, guys.
tournament every weekend,
Yes.
That's a
and then
blessing.
2 tournaments per weekend,
That's a blessing.
and
That's
then
what
4,
And then 4, 5.
and later
You know, sky's the limit.
the sky's the limit, and later all over the world.
Yes.
Oh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
story. So actually, somebody came to Ogogi and like signing up her kid, the kid, and it's like, hey, what is this as good as Krav Maga? I was like,
I will call Ricardo to tell you.
so, Ricardo, tell us your experience with Krav Maga.
Krav Maga is something different. So when I got here in the first school, I don't think I've ever told you guys this, but I got this in the school, and then the school, the primary martial arts was Krav Maga. Jiu-Jitsu was something just
On the side.
on the side, and you know, the guy that hired me, he knew that I was a former.
Hold on, don't tell yet. Hey guys, go share with all your friends that train Krav Maga. They should hear this story.
They should hear.
Everybody should hear this story. If you train Krav Maga, you should be hearing this right now. Share with everybody, guys. Don't forget, go to our take a picture of our podcast, post on Instagram, and tag us. I'll give you guys and don't forget that you're watching. Please subscribe. There's many people. I just realized that there's many people, a lot of people watching, and they didn't subscribe yet.
Hey,
Come
don't
on.
forget to
Don't
comment,
forget.
like, you know.
Yeah, Ron is
subscribe.
always comment here, active. And another thing, we need to get the bell. Click on the bell notification.
Notification.
Also,
Because
don't
then,
forget that.
because then everything that comes on PBJJF, you guys gonna be the first one to know.
Let's
if you're
give them
notified.
some time.
Yes.
But look, all right, I think it's time. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
so,
go to your story.
So then I got there, and they were doing the promotion. You know, they were doing the promotion for the black belts and everything. And then I got there. I wasn't doing my diet. I got tired of doing diet. I got a little chubby, you know, a little fat. And then the guys don't know me. They just see my ears, like, you know, wow, whatever. And they were doing sparring. So the guys graduating, the guys that was getting the black belts was supposed to be spar. So the only,
That's like in all Krav Maga schools or
I
just
don't know if this is something that all Krav Maga school does, but he did that. So he came to me and it's like, hey, amigo, the guys are going to get the highest belts ever. And I was like, oh, what is that? Black belt. I was like, ah, okay.
Well, I'm a black belt too.
Yeah. But they want to spar. And I was like, spar? Okay. Do they spar? No, they're Krav Maga guys. I was like, okay, but do they spar? No, they're tough guys. I was like, okay,
Okay.
no problem.
Hey, I have like
I just
7 MMA fights, okay?
I came. I was in Miami a month ago, training with Rodolfo, Júnior Cigano, cara de sapato, ATT, like
real MMA guy, yeah.
You know, and then a month later, I went to Virginia, and the guy says, "Let's spar." I said, "Okay." So I was.
How many people there on the Krav Maga?
I don't know, 30 people. And the problem was the family was there, and then the mom, dad, kids, you know, and everybody was there. And then the guy says, "Okay, let's put the gloves." I say, "Okay, where's the box glove?" No, MMA, amigo. It's like MMA gloves. Are you sparring with MMA gloves? You sparring for real or just like, you know, 20%? No, sparring for real. I say, okay, do you have Vaseline? And he says, what? What is Vaseline for? I say, the guy doesn't even know.
Don't cut your face.
Yeah. So to put Vaseline at least on the glove, on the face, like the guy didn't even know. And I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm getting into it. And then
or I'm gonna kill somebody, or I'm gonna die. I don't know.
I was like, oh my gosh, man. Probably the guy is joking, right? So we got there. I see 3 big guys, but big guys, big, like polar bear guys, like big. And I was like, holy cow. I was like, okay, I put my gloves, and then I was looking, at the same time I was putting my gloves, and I was taking the time, I was looking the guys, how they move, to see the coordination of the guys, you know, just to see where I'm getting, you know, and then the guys doing warm up, and I was like, this is weird, the guys, whatever. So the guys were doing the Krav Maga, like the knife, and then all the guns are like nice, and I was just watching, and then the guys, okay, guys, they says, all of you guys that's doing black belt test, you guys going to spar, and everybody, and I was like, and the guys start putting the gloves, and then I see there was like 7 guys getting the black belts, 7 or 6 guys, I don't know. And then I pull one of the guys that I know, and then I say, Kevin, do you guys spar? It says, no. And I was like, oh, what am I doing here? It says, no, we never spar. And I was like, so why in the world you doing spar today? I don't know, amigo, just because you were a former MMA, you know. And he knew.
They want to show you what's up.
Yeah, he knew that I was, but the rest don't. And I was like, okay. First one, got the big guy. I'm like, oh my God. So he comes, boom, 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 boom. And then I just, my head down, because imagine, I don't know if the big guy knows, but only the punch guy will be like, oh my gosh, he's going to knock me down, let me make love. And then I walk, boom, the guy jab, I walk away, I go around, and then all of a sudden I just jab the stomach, boom, and he goes, ah! And I'm like, uh-oh.
And it's done.
It's done. And everybody, man, So they see me walking there, a little fat, and then, this guy jiu-jitsu, who is this guy jiu-jitsu? And then, man, we did sparring, that wasn't good for them.
We can imagine.
That wasn't good at all for them. But then after that, I regretted to be in this situation, And then I told Ron, hey, if you want me to do this, make sure that you guys train, because this is no good. Because you put me in a bad spot. I don't want people to look at me like I'm the bad guy.
Hurting the other guy.
Yeah.
But one thing that Ricardo told us, hey man, afterwards they never invited me again.
Yeah, that's true.
The first and last time.
Yeah, so every time they do this sparring,
Secret
sparring.
And
don't invite nobody.
I can't imagine these guys has no experience on sparring. Because we sparring a couple months ago,
Yes.
Before my fight, and we try to kill each other. We kill each other. It's more three rounds.
And then I say, hey, Max.
No, we did it 4 rounds
Yeah,
of fight,
and then
something
I say,
like
Max,
that.
I'll get the meats a little bit, But I kind of this was the last time that I spar, and then I say, Max, if you want to go, I go, but I'm kind of rusty.
No, you come to go. You say hey, why you don't do a little spar?
Yeah,
I'm
like only a little, right?
50%.
The first round, just
We touch each other, boom.
Second round, let's go. And then Max, boom, and then we're going at it,
Yeah.
But this is nice.
It's
I
good.
I like it. But then you have someone like Max that is trained. I'm not getting someone that don't know anything.
Yeah.
Max, and then it's nice. Because he punch, I punch, but we
know what we're doing.
Yeah, we
But
know
look,
that.
we have people watching here. We have Ricardo's video, guys. Hey, if we hit 25 people in the live, we put the
the sparring over here.
Share with everybody, guys. We might put the Ricardo sparring with the Krav
It's
Maga
bad.
guys
It's
here.
bad. You need to be careful to don't go to the jail.
Yeah, it's bad enough with the.
Share with everybody. Let's get 25 live.
But
and then,
that was nice. That was nice.
it was,
But now I'm just jiu-jitsu now. Jiu-jitsu 24/7. Gym, PBJJF, competing. Hey, talk about competing, guys. I think I think when time comes, I should be the first Hall of Fame PBJJF. I won the first. Tell AJP, tell everybody.
First.
Ricardo is the first absolute PBJJF absolute champion.
Yes.
Champion.
After referee all day.
Ricardo was refereeing all day at the event, and then afterwards he was.
So this
He
is
went to compete.
also was a funny story because we only had we had a few guys, but only one brown belt show up, and then he didn't have nobody. And then I look, JP, Max, if you want, I can roll with the guy. And then Max says, yeah, nice. It's gonna be nice to have a black belt and brown belt, right? And then I say, okay. And then I went. They get the Brave sponsored me with the gi at the time, and then Brave gave me the gi. And then I went to the bathroom. When I come back, we have more black belts there. And then I was
They
like,
just say, boom.
they just started peeing. And then I look Max and I look JP. I say, look, I don't have to fight anymore because I was tired. The referee the whole day, right? And then I was like, I don't have to fight. And then they goes like, hey, Brave sponsor you. You have to fight. And I was like, okay, all right then. So
And he won.
but they know I love to compete anyway. So I would do it another way. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Now, you, JP, tell a little bit about
Yeah, about you.
your jiu-jitsu
Journey.
journey.
Yeah, I started. I started hearing about jiu-jitsu when I was a kid in Rio, right? Rio, like man, if you did jiu-jitsu, people would not mess with you. That was
Oh,
the
don't
thing,
mess too much.
yeah, like people were like, yeah, this guy do jiu-jitsu. I'm not playing with him.
Eu mandei sem querer.
So that's
Uh,
that's kind of the way, for me. Then my brother started training, and then he invited me one day.
your brother?
My brother, he started training. Like he invited me to come one day, and I had my first class. I was like, that day I knew it that I was going to do jiu-jitsu for a living. That
How-
first day,
On the first day.
First say, how old are you, JP?
11 years old.
11. And your brother?
My brother was 15, 16, something like
Okay.
that. And then like that day I was like, that's what I'm doing for a living. I would go to school like, man, I'm gonna be jiu-jitsu one day. I somehow I knew it. Like that's what I want. Okay. Then I start training. Then I competed my first week. People were going to a tournament, and then they're like, "Oh, we're going to this tournament. They're like a city." It's like, "Hey, can I go with you guys?" They're like, "You gotta whatever. You're a kid. You can go." Then I went there and ended up winning by heart. No technique, just heart.
Just
Figuring out.
My first tournament had no two moves. Like a headlock takedown and a cross choke. That's what I know to do.
The rest is like street. And so that's kind of how I start training. And from there, competing everywhere. And I was only training with adults, like I didn't have much kids to train with. And my professor was old school. He was a Carson Grace black belt. Old school, like the most old school. You're gonna be hardcore.
Hardcore you can get.
Hardcore. You play. You say something wrong, you get a punch. That's kind of how it like people would come to the. I told you this before, right? People would come to watch the class in the window. He would kick everybody out. Like, what are you watching here? This is not a movie theater. Get the hell out of here. I was like,
Clients.
clients.
Potential clients.
Just and then we're inside the workout academy.
Lifting. Yeah.
Lifting weight, yeah, like we're inside, so people would come by and watch, get interested, like kicking everybody out.
We should really want to
Then
train.
I became my instructor journey there because every new person that would come in, I was teaching them. So he would tell me the moves to teach, and I would be on the side teach the new guys all the time. And that was a challenge because those new guys were like adults, and once they learn a little bit, they really want to kick my butt, So and I was like, and they're like losing for a kid, and eventually it was like going really hard on me. So they didn't even realize it was a kid, on their mind. I think, man, you're going crazy on a kid.
Yeah.
I remember feeling that, and that was kind of how the way I started jiu-jitsu. And that day I knew this would be happening somehow. Not exactly the way, but I knew I would be leaving teaching jiu-jitsu.
Oh, JP,
Crazy, no?
for the people that is watching, we know, but the people that is watching, where to start doing jiu-jitsu? What city, state?
So I started. I trained a little bit in Rio, but I started in Minas Gerais. Patos de Minas. Shout out to Patos de Minas. Patos de Minas in Minas Gerais.
Pão de queijo, pão de queijo.
So I moved from Rio with my family to Minas Gerais because my grandmother she had strokes, so she was getting incapable of living by herself. So our family ended up moving that way to help her out. So that's kind of the way it was for me. And my father would work in Rio, So I had to go to like my mom didn't drive. I had to really literally like walk every day to the gym, and it was like pretty far. Like I was going back and forth, and sometimes being scared of being stalled. I had to like get into like almost fighting, like pushing people because they want to take my hat. In Brazil, like like there's gangs, that they want to come and get you.
Get your
And
thing.
hey, as a white belt, I would put my gi here and wall. So
This guy, be
yeah,
careful.
put the belt.
Yeah, be careful with the jiu-jitsu
Get the
guy.
belt, you put it over the
But
shoulder.
the stripe is here,
Show the stripe. White
Update,
belt, white
update.
You guys back in the day doing like the backpack with the gear and the belt or never?
I would do more like the
Like
one you
this.
hold.
No, I learned one time. Like I'm a kid on this time too, but I learned how to do like a kind of like a backpack
Make
with
a
the
backpack.
belt and the gear. And I always put like in my backpack. Take like 2 hours to set up this and do 15
Seconds
steps and
to-
then fall. I'm like, "Ah, God." That's funny.
That was kind of how it started for me. And then, so my professor, and they started fighting, competing, like traveling to compete to Rio, competing in CBJJF. And after my professor ended up moving from Minas Gerais, he moved to Espírito Santo.
Zuzu é Cruzeiro, Atlético.
Cruzeiro Atlético, yeah. And then I ended up, he ended up moving from Minas to Espírito Santo.
Where he moved
By
from?
Vitória, what is that?
Vila Velha.
Vila Velha. There's a city by, so he ended up moving that way. And then like the city pretty much didn't have anybody to teach jiu-jitsu. Who they put to teach me? I was a 15-year-old blue belt. They're like, hey, you're taking over jiu-jitsu in the city.
In the
You're
city.
running the jiu-jitsu in the city. And then they found a spot for me to teach, and I was teaching. Like every day after school, I would go and start teaching classes, and so the things started getting bigger. But I wasn't really teaching that much. I was focused on like
Train.
they were my training partners. That's basically how it was. And I made a really strong group that I brought my students at that time to compete in a local, kind of like a closed tournament for another city in Araguari. And we won the team trophy.
Wow.
A blue belt, because I was competing in blue and purple belt with the adults at the event and the absolute. So, and then I brought my team and we ended up winning there. And I was actually a Caveirinha affiliation, Gracie Barra
Gracie
Caveirinha,
Barra.
because of Igor Araújo. He was from Patos, Gimenis. He was the first guy that started doing jiu-jitsu as a way that I could also see as a like something like possible. Because he ended up moving to Minas, started fighting MMA. He ended up fighting on UFC, but he kind of like started moving. He moved to Swiss, Switzerland, Switzerland,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, man, he's making things happen. He was like he's a way somebody like a Rodolfo
For you.
like that. I could see, man, like it's possible, and I connect with him, and he's like, hey, go train with Caveirinha in Belo Horizonte. And Harley and I. So Harley's like a brother for me, We're like we.
You met
both-
Harley too, yeah.
You met Harley.
I think
So we
so.
both.
Harley, yeah.
Hey, we both. Harley actually was.
The name is not strange.
He's a big
brother,
friend for us, yeah.
So he actually he was moving to the U.S. He was selling all his stuff, and then he had a company. He sold his company, and then like we didn't have much money. So what we did to go to Belo Horizonte. So from Patos de Minas to Belo Horizonte, we ended up getting a ride on the truck.
Get like this on the street.
He was a guy that would get milk. There's like a big company that's milk that like they get to make milk. I don't know. They have a milk company there.
Mhm.
Then those guys deliver every day to the. And we got a ride, and this guy stopped in the middle of the road to sleep. And then he put us with the milks to sleep, and it was freezing. And we didn't have any
Jacket or
jacket.
whatever.
Like I was awake all night just praying for this guy to like wake up so we could get out of that
Oh my god.
crazy freezing. And then we got to Belo Horizonte. Then he dropped us there, like in the rodoviária, like at the place. It's like, oh, we gotta find out where is the gym, and we had no money and no place to stay, and nothing.
Not just
Nothing.
get
We
that to
just
try.
wanted, like, let's go randomly. We start going there, and then
That's how things happen.
nothing. Hey, not even thinking where we gonna sleep.
We'll figure it out there. Caveirinha help us.
No, we did. I didn't even know Caveirinha.
But you're going to meet him.
I was going to meet him, and then we got there, and then he was already like doing jiu-jitsu, send his black belts to Europe.
Wow.
Caveirinha was already doing that. Big,
Back in
we
the
hope
day,
one day
no.
we can bring him
What
here.
year? What year was that, JP?
2007.
2007.
2007.
Nossa.
And then like I was a blue belt. Blue belt. Caveirinha just, hey, oh, you come from Igor? Man, Igor told me to help you guys out. I was like, he treat us in a way that I don't even know if I would treat somebody like on the same spot that way. Seriously, he's like, we went like training, like we had like 4 trains that day. So after training, he was like, yeah, cool. We had the bag. Like, oh, cool. Where you guys staying? Like,
Here maybe.
I was thinking about staying with you.
no. Literally, where you guys staying? He's like, we're like, good question. Good question. It's like, you guys have no place to stay. I'm like,
No.
sleep at my place. Don't worry. Come to my. He had a room.
That is nice.
That's
He
good.
let us stay there for like a couple weeks.
That is super.
No, like insane. He's like, I saw him at Pan Am's another time. Like, man, I'll cry. Like, man, thank you for what you did. There's many people in my life that I see that, but the way he treated us, it's something I would not even expect. You know, like just from heart. Like he didn't care. He didn't even know us. And then after that connection, like I brought Caveirinha to Pato Gimenis. So and then we did affiliation to be there. And I was teaching jiu-jitsu and going to school. That was my life. You go to jiu-jitsu and doing like a moto crazy, riding crazy around the city.
Oh, you need to go for the point A to B.
That's
You
right.
need-
And my dad, that's his name. My dad was working the oil company at the ocean, so
Be like
he
15
wasn't
days
there,
out.
like,
Yeah.
15 days. So he gave me a bike so I could ride, and I didn't have a driver's license at the time.
Nobody need to know this.
Yeah,
guys.
but that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I didn't hear anything. What happened?
But
And then from there I started teaching, and then before that I opened a school later. So I was teaching in school, and then I told my dad, hey dad, I think I need to open a school because the thing is growing too much and I don't have all the schedule available. Like, because they had other stuff going on. It was getting
Muay Thai,
the room was
understand.
getting small. And I was pretty much running the jiu-jitsu in the city, crazy.
Wow.
A 15-year-old kid. And there was the Luta Livre guys.
Whoosh.
And then like I had to beat those guys up to like in a tournament. I'll tell you guys later about this. But I was kind of like you know, like, yeah, you do, but they
like
all-
jiu-jitsu versus luta livre, that's
but
like
they all respected me. They knew, like, man, I would fight whatever at that time as well. You know, like I fought.
and you
any
put the
style,
work down to
put the
people see
work,
this
yeah.
now.
And the Luta Livre guys were different style, but whatever. And then I told my dad, let's open a school. And then we bought the mats. We found a place.
Nice.
I had no idea how to run a gym at that time, and glad
But, hey.
I learned the lesson that I did not know.
But you know, this this give you like experience enough to put you where you are today.
That's true. I
You
made
know?
so many.
No,
Like
that's
I
great,
opened it.
50 years old.
No.
Wow,
50 years old.
That's amazing.
And
Oh my
the
gosh.
thing is, first day they would throw up. I was
Q.
crushing them, like, you here, you help me to train. That's what we're here for.
Welcome to Carso Racing.
That's kind of that's kind of how it got raised. They want to have. You know,
First day,
First day, papai.
lay down there, you gotta sweep in here.
fight, you know, like those crazy, and I had a lot of people help me out, of course, like never couldn't even do this by myself.
Nobody get it and anywhere
Yeah.
without help, you know, man.
I brought the IT tatamis. Do you guys remember?
Yeah,
IT
yeah.
tatamis?
I cheat, no.
And the Naga geese, because they have wholesale. I'm already selling geese
The
there.
wholesale.
Look at how crazy, you know. I already bought the geese. People didn't even pay the geese. Like I'm lost so much money on the geese. I'm like, pay later, whatever. Just come and train. I didn't
Yeah.
even like. I wouldn't even like charge the guys for. And I had
Correct,
somebody
yeah.
helping with the front desk. That this guy is very successful now, like in a constructional business. He builds like a house and stuff like that in Brazil. Pretty cool. We talked some time back, but I opened the school and I started teaching. And then like sometime the news would come to the school, you know, advertising the city. I was winning a tournament, you know, as a juvenile at that time. And then Caveirinha gave me the purple belt. And as a purple belt, I got my purple belt at 16, with 16 years old.
Very young.
So from blue, I never competed as a juvenile, always adult from blue. And then I also had a connection in Uberlândia with Lucas Lepre, because Lucas Lepre's family is from Patos. So I met Lucas, who was like a yellow belt, and he was a brown belt, and he was destroyed in every playing. He was not even trying. He was playing with everybody. I was like, what is this?
But this is not jiu-jitsu. He do something
What is
special.
this guy doing? He was a brown belt. He was like,
No, not their level.
he came to terms like, who's this guy? What is this? And then after, at that time, I was like, not, that was later on. But I started teaching. I was like, I need to learn more jiu-jitsu. I need a professor. If I want to achieve the things I need to move. I need to go away of a bigger city to learn, you know, like to actually get harder and tough training. That was kind of how it was for me. But before that, I did the Caveirinha, Gracie Barra Caveirinha, Patos Gimenis Open. I did the tournament at the inside the school.
I did a tournament in Brazil too. Imperial Sports Stand.
Well, a lot of those things built, and
And also I have a
company, right?
a company, gi company in Brazil too back in the day. Katana. It's crazy, man.
It
How
comes back around with the mistakes you made, right?
we try to figure it out now,
Yeah.
you know.
But it was a good time. Like I made a lot of mistakes when I was 15 years old. You know, mistakes that sometimes people make at 30. I was making at 15. So I learned some lessons, and I had a lot of mentors throughout my journey. And I did a Vale Tudo tournament. Vale Tudo event. I think it was like around that. And then before that.
How old you are on that time?
16, 15 that time.
Nossa.
And then it was a Luta Livre event. People from other cities were coming, and MMA event too, with no rings, just like huge.
Inside the
gymnasium.
So it's asking you, when did you get your Açaí Patos sponsor?
Later, that was later. But then
Açaí
leave
sponsor a big deal.
So what happened is I went to this tournament, and they asked Igor to be the referee, and I was just hanging out there, 15-year-old kid hanging out watching, and then Igor's like, "Hey, do you want to fight those guys?" I was like, "Of course." Like we called you, of course. And I submitted all the black belts from Luta Livre, and those guys hated me. They still hate me now, I know. Some of the guys do other things. They ended up going to jiu-jitsu afterwards. But they ended
That's
up
a good market for your school. Yeah, that beat everybody from Luta Livre, then now this guy's coming train with me.
because like
It's different.
jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
we learned. They didn't know different, but whatever. And I saw like some of those guys I know, like they ended up going to jiu-jitsu. Now they're jiu-jitsu black belts, and now some of those guys they kind of like took the jiu-jitsu, and now they're building up jiu-jitsu in Patos Gimenis.
Good, that's good.
It's great. It's amazing. But whatever. And then later I was able to link up with one of the guys, and we did the PFC, Patos Fight Championship.
Nossa.
It's almost PBJJF.
PFC. PFC, and we did the PFC, and then we brought the fighters. Crazy, crazy. I don't even know how my parents
Let you do
allowed me to
that.
do Crazy, we put on the radio, you know, all kind of those
Hey.
kind of stuff.
You hustler.
You already has the inside your
Inside of you.
inside you that business
Yeah, yeah.
thing too, you know.
I think connecting with people wasn't even for money. I never did jiu-jitsu to make money. Because I didn't need money at that time, you know, like it wasn't kind of like, oh, I need to do this for money. I need this. I did for the love of jiu-jitsu. And that's kind of how we do everything here. We do for the love. What are we doing? We're making here nothing. We're just
And that's like
because it's important.
11 p.m. We're
11
here
p.m. We're here. So
for love because we like
I,
this.
I want to like grow, develop jiu-jitsu, and I knew I had to do something because other people wouldn't do. But whatever, we went, and then I started moving. I linked up with Professor Thiago Rocha, and then
It's
he
in
became-
BH,
in Uberlândia.
Uberland.
So Lucas Lepper was there. So before that, Lucas asked me to go and compete at his event. He did an event there before, and then like he helped. Hey Lucas, I'm going. He picked up at the rodoviária and stayed in his house. And he did events like Lucas. I'm a juvenile. You put him in the adult. It's like
Whatever.
those guys. And then I ended up winning. And then I got a maltodextrine as a.
Malto de sugar.
You know,
Don't sugar.
and like a water bottle, like happy, right? So
Man, there was one tournament when I went to Brazil. That was the tournament that I fought the brown belt,
there was,
and I won the absolute brown belt. And they gave me like 200 reais and
That was
two
already
package
good.
of
Malta.
maltodextrine.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have whey protein.
I'm gonna get
Like a Malta.
That's the whey protein.
But you know, on that time,
We did not
it's a
want, right?
bit. No, man, I take Malto. I'm like a superhero now. If before I did it like 10 rounds, now I can do 15 because I drink Malto.
Hey, and we didn't have much knowledge about
Yeah.
supplements, right? Like we didn't know anything. And then I linked up with Lucas even stronger, and then Professor Thiago was also teaching at Uberlândia in different places as Lucas. Lucas ended up moving to the US on the 17th or 18th.
18
So
after,
then
after the World
after
War.
World,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talking about 2017.
7, I'm sorry, 7.
2007.
7.
Seven is
Eight.
when he
Eight.
won the
Eight.
first awards,
Mhm.
and then he moved to SA. Yeah.
Yeah, 8. And so he already was here. And then I linked up with Professor Thiago, and then I started training with him. He was the biggest. He's still the biggest in the.
I know Thiago
area.
since I'm a kid too.
Yeah.
Like I fought like I don't know, maybe 30 times with Fernando, and he
Fernandinho,
he
yeah.
trained with
With
Thiago.
us, yeah. Like I trained with Fernandinho. Like Fernando and I were main training partners for the whole time.
Good half guard, man. Good half
Really
guard.
good.
Yeah.
Such a good guy.
Really
too.
good.
Such a nice
Yeah.
He's such a nice.
I
guy.
think
I'm gonna tell you a story. So I go to Alliance. You know, I had the Alliance Piracicaba, but we used to go sometimes
São Paulo.
to São Paulo to train in the headquarters Alliance, right? And then Fernandinho came to me and said, "Hey, can I talk to you?" I said, "Yeah, of course." And then I talked to Fernandinho. He said, "Hey, I gotta say something to you." I said, "Yeah, tell me."
I gotta
Fernandinho."
what? Say.
I gotta say something to you. I said, "Yeah, tell me." He says, "I saw you fight in 2011, and man, you were flying, and then you won the worlds." And then I told me that I'm gonna do the same thing in 2012, and then he won the 2012 in my division.
And
And the purple belt to heavyweight.
and absolute, he won that.
He won
fight
absolute
with,
on this year too.
Vitor Honório.
Yeah. I remember that. I'm a blue belt on this year. I won the blue belt.
Yeah, and then he told me that, and I was like, "Oh man, that's so cool. Why you didn't tell me anything there?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, because I didn't know you." Blah. But then every time I used to go to Alliance, I was like, "Hey, Fernandinho, let's train." So he put me in his half guard. I put him in the half guard. So we will both
Both
train the
like
half guard.
the-
Hey,
That's nice.
I'm a good top half guard player because then two people, Fernando and Tigrão. I fight with these both a lot, and both doing half guard. many times like Rodolfo put me on the side. Hey, you need to do this. I'll grab his core like that, kill his hips, blah blah blah, and then like improve a lot of my half guards fast. Cause they're two guys.
And I had to play top half guard. My prof Thiago is man,
How good half guard player
really
too.
good.
Yeah.
And different styles. Like he has such a explosive half guard.
But he do like more like on the side with like the lapel too. No.
Yeah, he's like he does like reverse half guard so well. Like he flips like people like crazy, like
Left to right.
crazy. No, look.
Fernando is kind of more like a GP field.
Yeah.
He go like
He got, so Fernando has like Thiago
and
but
Bernardo.
more Ben Bernardo, but that's a mix.
Thiago and
with
Bernardo. Yeah.
And I think like that really forced me to play top half guard.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to figure this out because
This guy sweep him all the time.
and that made the difference in my game because people would put me in half guard. I was like, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
I feel the same thing.
You really,
Not with this guy anymore.
No, it's no,
But like on the tournaments, I
tournament,
like when I get a half guard. I'm like, I know I'm in a
I'm
good
gonna pass,
position.
yeah.
I'll get there.
But like when I start going to Alliance, all the guys were there, but then all of a sudden they leave. So I didn't get to train too much, but I trained a few times with Bernardo Faria,
Yeah, right.
Narcis, Gabi and everybody. But like when they all left, Gabi to California, Bernardo Boston, whatever. So we have Pet Pano and then Fernandinho. So those are the two guys like Dolph, we have guards allies there.
And then
Everybody-
Izaki was there. Was already when Izaki was there.
Isaac, yeah, I did some training.
Oh, that was the transition.
I did some training with Isaac and Trator.
But they very young too at that time.
Yeah, but they were already like rogue.
Yeah.
Flying, yeah. Trator's beating everybody in the coming like he had like competing every weekend,
In São Paulo, yeah, on that time.
Crazy.
São Paulo's good on that. The good thing, they have a lot of local events paying good,
Yeah.
and that's like
Get more people. To
more
compete.
people
And
to
tournaments
compete.
all the time.
Yeah,
It's like we're trying to build here, right? Tournaments for people to
Yeah.
compete like every week,
a lot of
every,
times I'm in Rio de Janeiro on that time, and I travel to São Paulo to
compete.
fight in São Paulo, compete in São Paulo.
True.
And sometimes we have events on Rio, but like São Paulo
was doing
get more challenge too.
São
They
Paulo-
have like
I
a
did-
big. Sorry, man.
No, go ahead.
They have like a big federation too in São Paulo.
True.
The
FP.
that's the
main-
tradition, the main one, but like the CBJJE,
The world,
man, they doing like I found words there. It's like I found words on all belts on this federation too. Let me tell some years is harder than the world in USA, and I get words on all belts on the IBJJF, but also I fight this one in Brazil and like some like all the tough guys and more. Because like some the guys
People
don't
won't
have
get visa,
don't have
right?
visa or whatever, man. That's like Brazilian national on the collar belts, you know what I mean? You go for Brazilian national on collar belts, that's crazy. You gotta do like 4 finals. It'll be 4 finals. Your first match a final, and you going up like crazy. And these tournaments, man, I fought with the Albert, I fight with Trator on the CBJJF,
Same,
on the same event, Fernando, like Marcio André, that's on the same event, man. You know what I mean? That's like
Only high level guys.
Lucas Huck, Tigrão. I fight with all these guys on this tournament,
That's crazy.
That's the
Not one, but like
See
couple
how,
tournaments I fought with different people.
No, São Paulo is definitely ahead of everybody because I feel São Paulo is more. There's more people work harder. I feel in São Paulo
Maybe
because they don't
like
don't have,
like yours
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Like
that's
we're
right.
here.
I like it's like comparing like the East with the West because people have more. People want to chill more in the West, right? Going to the beach, hang out.
Life a little bit more expensive that
Yeah.
too.
So
You gotta
people need to like really 24/7. It's like New York, like people just grinding,
yeah.
and I think that was like.
And also probably it's like more opportunity too,
More
and
opportunity.
the city's big a little bit.
True.
you know.
Real. Yeah.
But I did a transition too when I went to Brazil, and I stayed for 6 years. I said, guys, I want to fight everywhere too. So just like when I did the US. So I did Abu Dhabi trials in Gramado. I did
Alfa
in
Gramado.
Natal. I went to Rio de Janeiro. I fought 2 times no Maracanãzinho. So I wanted to go everywhere. Bauru, Minas, São Paulo, the most, of course.
I travel all the country,
Yeah,
like
love it.
competing.
And then, man, I was flying in the brown belt time, like Paulista state champion. I did the 4 season of the Paulista, so I won. They gave me all the
Like a
everything.
trophy too.
Yeah.
On Rio they have like a little trophy. It's nice.
Yeah.
I got some. It's like a
Hey,
little
I have a
trophy.
funny story about for you guys to not make this mistake.
So,
Gramado is a nice place. I went with my mom.
very nice.
First
place.
time my mom went to watch me, she
To
came with
compare.
me to Gramado. Cool. Competing in the Abu Dhabi
Trial.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi trial.
I was lightweight, so I did lightweight and the lightweight
Open
absolute.
class, yeah.
There's two. Do you remember that?
The
Mhm.
light and
Be-
the
below
yeah,
76
yes.
kilos and above.
And then
I never fought below 76.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way. You cannot make it this way. But I started fighting and I competed like there's huge brackets, right? So I won my division, and then I fought the 76,
76.
right? 76 absolute. So everybody below 76 would competed, went to finals. I think it was 7 or 8 matches. I don't remember.
That was a lot.
Probably, yeah.
7 or
Probably we
8
did
matches.
7 and wait for the final next day.
The next
No,
day.
the next day was
Final.
semi-finals and
No,
finals.
no, this year was
For,
the
no,
final.
no, for like I remember I fight the semi-final is for the color belts is on the final straight. The adult the black belt fight the semi-final and finals on
Yeah,
the
I was
next
a
day.
purple belt.
Because I won my division there, Gramado, and then I went to the absolute to get, and then I lost the semi-final the other day.
With the semi year.
Maybe a different, because now they even
What year?
changed
That was in
it.
2012.
Nah, I think it was
No, no,
9,
2000,
2009,
2011.
9 or 10, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
But that was it. And then Meow. Before that finish, I was like, man, mom, kind of tired. All right, I'm gonna rest tomorrow. Cool, let's do it. Went to the hotel, got a Dorflex. It's a muscle relaxer. It's like I'm gonna wake up tomorrow great.
Clean, new.
100%.
200%.
And then like, man, the camera is right, everything. I was like, good, call me in.
This is my time.
My time. And then I got to the man and hold my grip. He broke my grip. I was like, what the heck? A push, no strength. Like I felt like I didn't have anything. I couldn't do anything. I lost all my strength. Lost the match. Then I came, man, sad. And then I actually at that day there was a guy close to the hotel. I was like, we got I think a ride together, and I met the guy. He's a black belt from North in Brazil. He had a sponsor, and then he didn't get any medal. I was like, take this one home for you. I would sometimes give people like take
Give
your
the medal
show
to
your
pass.
sponsor, whatever. Take this, show it to your sponsor. At least you can come back next time. They can support you.
So, Zuzu is saying that Fernandinho is a pro chef too. Yes, I follow him sometimes. I see this, and then yes, I was alliance in Piracicaba, like a small town in São Paulo.
Yeah,
And then he asked in JP if he can talk about Gigi, Vitinho, and Alliance Rio.
definitely. Yeah,
Hey, you
but
wanna talk-
and then I
How happened to you and me out there? You felt
weak. I didn't like
Your muscles like
and I fought that day. I think I fought the toughest, strongest kid I ever felt in the division. He was lighter than me from Manaus.
Nah, man, the
I
guys
don't
from
know
Manaus
the-
is strong.
the-
They're strong.
retarded.
Like
It's
how
black and
this
strong.
how this kid's strong. I won. I don't even remember how, but I remember feeling his strength. So, but then I came back to work out right with our trainer, and then he asked me about the event. I was like, yeah, I finished. I was tired. I took a door flex, and then the next day I felt like I didn't. I was like, of course, it's a muscle relax. The next day you're gonna feel like Nothing.
Yeah,
And that
but
was
he
a
got
good
too
one.
relaxed.
That was a good lesson. So I never. I should just take a BCAA or something like that. Those are they.
Or
still
maybe
good
not,
stuff.
and just
Hey,
sleep.
you know,
Just sleep.
talking about funny, so you're talking about Paulo Miau. I had a good experience with Miau as well. So I used to fight all the time, and I used to see the guys from Cicero Costas all the time, like in São Paulo, like interior. I don't know how to say that in English, but like the
Small town.
Small town.
in São Paulo. And then we went to a Paulina tournament.
Yeah, fought in Paulina a lot too.
Yeah.
That they have like a GF team there. No,
Kamikaze, I fought in Ribeirão Preto.
Ribeirão Preto.
no, Paulina. They have like the Osi kimonos there.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know if this brand is still alive. I don't know, but
Yeah.
they got a good events there too.
Good event. And then I got there, and then brown belts. And then I fought my Division 1. Miao fought his Division 1. And then Absolute, I be beating, he's beating. We got to the finals. And then my friend Andrezão, he told me, hey, he's going to pull guard. He's going to pull guard.
I'm like,
So-
I know.
Yeah.
That part I know. Tell me after.
And then it says, Jiash Barai. And I was like, okay, Jiash Barai. Man,
That 2 points, you got it.
he touched boom, Jiash Barai, he sat down, but I don't think that he fell. I didn't take him down. He sit down, but I touched first.
Touch.
hmm
So 2 points. 8 minutes fight, right? Brown belts. And then he was putting advantage on me, uma plata, I stand up, I tried to bet, and then he put advantage again. So I had like a 2 points, 1 advantage to me, and then he has like 4 advantage. 30 minutes, 30 seconds to finish the fight. I was already tired, and Miao didn't stop. And all his brothers screaming in the mat, get crazy, go, 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 go. He swept me. I touched my butt on the floor. The referee did this already. When I stand up, I tried to sweep him. Fight was over. He beat me by 2 advantages, right? All right, so I got really pissed. I was like, oh my God, okay. So then we got Penems. Penem 2013. We go to Absolute. Me, him,
Brown belt.
Brown belt, me, him, Cornelius, his brother, everybody. And then it started getting. I got him in the semifinals. And then I remember Cyborg was coaching me, there. And then I
You
was,
trained in Miami on that time, yeah.
yes,
No.
yes. And Miami, Brazil.
Mhm.
Miami, Brazil. And then I beat top guys. I beat top guys in the to get to the semifinals, and then I got him, and then I got my headphones. Like, man, if he Paulinia, he beat me by 2 advantage.
Today's my day.
I'm gonna get
Everybody here is gonna see me surprising him. This is gonna be my day. And I was like, Cyborg does like, and then we started the fight. I was very serious, started the fight, and I was like, I'm gonna do the Jash Barai. But I guess you already know the Jash Barai, right? So then when I did the Jash Barai, he stepped back and pulled me. But when he pulled guard, I fell unbalanced. And then I started getting like double under, and then he arm dragged me. And then when I turned, he went to the berimbolo, got my back, and tapped me like 30 seconds fight. And I was like, holy cow. And this fight is in YouTube. So
And the nice one for Paulina, nobody know.
for Paulina, nobody
Nobody
knows.
knows.
Then the other day, he posted on his Instagram, he posted Davi versus Coelho.
Hey, boys, you.
He posted Davi versus Coelho, and I said, thank you, appreciate it.
We want you here.
Yeah.
We should invite Cyborg to come.
Yeah, hey, Master Cyborg, please come on here. Come here to do some,
Let's make this
nice
happen.
podcast. I'm gonna message him on Instagram.
Cyborg is one of the
Cyborg, we want
strongest
you
guy I ever fight too.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Cyborg is strong, man.
You know, like
He's
when you guys,
strong.
when you guys talk about what you're looking for, I was training with Boca. I love training with Boca. Boca, is the one that made my game. But every time, I train with Cyborg and I see all the things that he conquered, titles, and he motivated me a lot. There was tournaments that I used to go with him, used to fight, and then I win my division, and I wasn't too much of absolute. And then and back in the days, like these tournaments, they used to do blue, brown, blue, black,
Purple.
blue, purple, brown, and black all together. And I was blue. And then Cyborg, go, let's put our name together. Let's put the name. You and I, we're gonna go. And I was like, no, I don't wanna go. He says, if you don't go Monday, I'm gonna kick your butt. And I was like, okay, I put it.
Okay, hell yeah.
So
It'll be easy fighting out.
so and then man, you ask Cyborg, I used to be blue belt, but beating like purple, brown belt, sometimes black belts, so he really something that I look for, and then every time I used to go to Miami, like camps, Rodolfo, João Gabriel, then Léo Nogueira, all these guys there going there training, with Cyborg. So that was like, oh, wow, this is a nice vibe, and Cyborg always treated me really good, and then he has his own culture of jiu-jitsu. He goes, he drinks the tererê song. Yes.
Mato Grosso, right?
He's from Mato Grosso. Aqui não, chefe.
He jumps in the lake.
And the lake.
I'm so scared those lakes have the alligators.
For sure they have some. He surfed with the alligator. Just kidding.
Man, he does that in Miami. Like when you see he dive and jump in the water. But like Miami,
yeah, that's what you say.
They have all the freaking alligators all the time there. That's crazy.
No.
But
Yeah,
something that
it's right there. He surfed with the alligator.
Choke the alligator.
But like we also fight a couple times, but he always welcome on his school too. Like he pretty nice. Be there like a couple times, and he always it's like super welcome. Everybody right there, But like I have a funny story from that too. So I moved to SA on 18. I'm in Ohio, and like I'm off compete for like almost a year because I hurt my knee so bad, and like back for endurance, fight couple opens, try get my confidence back. But I have in my mind, man, I need to beat a good guy to like people know me, you know what I mean? And I keep looking at every tournament, man. Every tournament in the USA, when I see somebody like with a good name, I sign up to try be that. And I know they will have the Miami Open, and I keep checking. Like nobody put the names. Boom, like last week to registration check. Boom, Cyborg, Vitor Doria, and another guy like with a good name put the name. I'm like, it's my chance. Let's go. Let me check the flights. Boom, good flight. Travel to Miami. Crazy bracket. No. On my division, my semifinal with Vitor Doria,
Vitor Doria.
I don't know, his friend, his manager, whatever. And on the other side, Cyborg. I'm like, it's today. Fight with Vitor Doria, beating him. Strong too. Well, he a little bit older, but like, man, he's strong guy. He's strong, very strong guy. Like legit, Carson Gracie is cool too. Casca grossa. He get in the final with Cyborg. Almost the same thing happens with you and Meow. Man, good fight, taking him down like on a collar drag, bro. He beat me like with some advantage. I'm like, don't worry, I'll back in the open class. Now I get his number.
Okay.
Boom. Back fighting my open class, beat couple guys too. Get some good guys, but my goal is like, man, I need to fight, beat Cyborg, and people will know me, and then like get in the final with Cyborg on the open class, and I'm like, that was the time, man. On the open class, he tapped me.
Hey, was that
It's almost the same thing.
Hey, do you remember?
Like a double silver.
we did the highlight here. Like, JP, that's not me. I'm the one getting thrown.
I come to do a seminar on JP school, like right away after too, like 1 year after that. But like also in that 1 year, man, a lot of things happened. I win the Pan Am's on next year, get a lot of get my name higher on the rank or whatever. And now was get married. I need to make money to get married, and started asking for like seminars with my friends at school. And Alexandre connected me with João Paulo. I come to do a seminar. The company run the seminar, the trap, make a highlight, Man, middle of the highlight, somebody do like a very nice suplex. I'm like, hey, I get taken down this part. You know what I mean? This part, man. It's still on YouTube. If you check that. That's when the fight was like on the open class. I broke taking me down on the suplex.
The guy that was in there and could have.
He don't know. Yeah, he's still there. Another one too, like on with Cyborg. That's on the Nogi Words semifinals, maybe. Semifinals.
I watched that fight.
Me and he too, but I don't think so. This is the semi one we talk. I lost to Cyborg 2 times on Words Nogi, and that's on 2000.
That was the last one. The last one.
No, one before that on 18. We started good too, like good. No, it's the last one with like the suplex. Yeah. Like a good fight, like hand fight, do some good shots on here, like couple minutes to finish, like 2 minutes, whatever. I shoot like a takedown, he turned to my back, man, get hand to hand. I'm like, motherfucker. And I know that he's good on that, you know. So like try to keep my balance. He suplexed me one time, I back stand up, he did again, I back stand up, he did again. That like 3 or 4. Back to back, you know. I'm like, you can please Joshua hold me on the ground or let me escape, please. You know? He likes this. He don't score anything, but he keep fly me out. I'm like, let him go.
That's highlights. That's the
the highlights.
I don't know if it was you or someone, but someone says, please go to the old division, let the adult in peace, please. Don't come here anymore.
I did something similar, but it's funny because on the summit event, one fight before, I get the AJ Agazan, the little guy who fight on the heavyweight, and I throw his head on the ground, suplexing, like try finger him on the ground. And after he did it with me, and somebody from photos or whatever did like a mix and said like Karma's back. Like I did it with AJ and he did on me, you know, like on the next fight. What the fuck?
You gotta be strong to lift the man.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
No, he's strong, man.
Yeah.
Like I thought, he's one of the strongest guy I fight.
Yeah, Cyborg, he don't stop. He does stop. He trains hard, right? Every time you see him doing highlights and stuff like that on Instagram, YouTube, he's always like,
That's true. He's always training.
I feel that I have a few part of my games that I do just like Cyborg, like going here and jump to that side.
He's
then
mobile too, right? Like
it's very flexible, and then it's funny because I do sometimes I like also to do suplex, and then all the moves that he does. So every time I do in a tournament, I send a private message to him.
Nice.
Hey,
Usa mestre.
No. I tell him like this. Hey, 2 more, I'm doing more than you. So he goes like, no, that's not the right number. And then one day I did like 2 suplex, and I say, listen, if the next tournament if you don't do 2 suplex, what's gonna happen?
Hey, Zizu says my seminar is the best one from Trap. Thank you, Zizu. And also, this is the best podcast so far.
Podcast.
Hey.
The best Jiu-Jitsu podcast.
Right.
For sure. That's no
This is the
question.
best Jiu-Jitsu podcast.
No questions.
Yeah, it's nice. We're telling all the stories and the funny things,
and so people
That's
can know
nice.
about us, you know.
Hey, it's too, but we can do this podcast
can,
like
I
1 week
did-
straight,
I
and
did
like
it. I didn't.
I don't finish my history too. You too, and you need that.
I didn't even get out of purple belt.
I started with a blue belt.
A purple belt.
I stopped my journey to the blue belt. We need like another episode, you know, to keep it doing.
We need like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So like part 1,
Part 2, part 3.
But guys, you don't understand. Like every time we do like PBJJF tournaments, it's also the same thing, you know. And then sometimes like, hey guys, let's go home, because if you
No, and we tired, we don't know when, like after tournament and after package everything, and hey, let's go eat, or let's go for somebody's house or whatever.
Kick us out from the restaurant.
Yeah.
yes.
Like they really like, hey, we're clean. I think you guys should go.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like a 3 hours ago.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And then we talk in the parking lot.
Yeah, we're talking about
Two
all the time.
hour, 2 more hours,
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Hey,
cool.
Zizu asked if you play the Tornado Guard like a cyborg.
Tornado guard.
Tornado guard. No, Cyborg used to do a lot on us, and he taught us the tornado guard, but I didn't have the same confidence to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna send you guys, Zuzu. I'm gonna send some stuff that Cyborg taught me that I still doing it until today. That I really like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We should.
Hey, tomorrow have like a nice card on a Brazilian event.
Oh yeah.
If
the
you guys
BJJ
like
cars.
jiu-jitsu,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should
Should we
turn
watch
on.
it here? Let's watch it.
Let's watch it. Let's watch.
What time?
It's on night time, like it start like
nighttime,
6 or 7,
yes.
something like that.
Hey guys,
And then we
before-
can comment.
We
Yeah.
could comment.
Before that, don't forget, tomorrow I have an Insta cast with Master Angel. from
Danilo
Pittsburgh.
Angel, right, from
Yes,
Pittsburgh.
so it's gonna be nice for you guys to.
Oh, UFC veteran, right? He fought in UFC,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and also Bellator.
Bellator.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Top,
cool.
top MMA. Top
And
MMA.
top
Jiu-jitsu, like
jiu-jitsu
top
guy
jiu-jitsu,
too. Hey, his kids, my God, his kid's insane. Oh my God, his kid's insane.
Yes. I've seen Angel I had the opportunity like I said to be with the guys from the UFC, Pablo Maldonado, and then Pablo Maldonado was doing really good in the UFC, and then there was a fight against Miocic, and nobody could have fight him. The two guys dropped down, and then Fabio Maldonado was 205, and then he says, "I'll go," and then with the attitude like that, then I really appreciate it. So when we went to Miami to do Fabio's camp, it was happening the tough ATT versus Black Zinas, man. That was a really rivalry right there. And when we got there, the guy says, "Hey, the only people that can get inside to watch the tough is the guys from the UFC." And we were really like at the corner and helping Fabio Maldonado, but because he was so helpful, then White says everybody can get inside. So I couldn't watch the tough there. I saw all the guys from the Black Zitas, Dana White. I thought he was gonna be my future boss, but that didn't happen. But it wasn't a nice.
He might be a business partner.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys wanna see us talking to Dana White, please.
Imagine this, man. Oh my God.
Jiu-Jitsu Group, PBJJF is he's buying all the organization. Soon he's going to try to buy PBJJF. Think about it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, you should put a lot of money, okay? I'm not used like this, okay?
He's buying everybody out. So, no, that's good. David Adams, it's there. So, hey, David will be with us here.
Oh yeah.
Next week. I think we're scheduled for next week.
Next week, yeah.
Oh, that'll be pretty cool.
So he's
David is the more
Most
the
most competitive.
the black belt
The first number one
consistency
the-
from the order. He competed every
number
tournament,
one,
and he's the
black
number
belt
one, the
in
black
PBJJF.
belt
Shout out
rank.
to David Adams.
he asked some questions there if you guys wanna.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he says, David Adams asked JP had to be the best technical role I ever had while I was getting ready to fight to win. Who was the best of you guys ever roll with technique wise?
Man,
That's hard to say.
that's super
It's
hard to
different,
say, but
so
like,
Yeah,
but hey,
that's
I would tell like the guy, it's hard to read his game. Vinicius Mourinho. I don't know if you guys know this guy. He don't compete anymore. He live in Qatar, but like he's almost the technical guy I ever roll. It's like lightweight, medium. He fight towards back in the day, win on the collar belt, or like. It's hard to get like, read his game.
What about Victor Oliveira?
Vitor Oliveira is good, great, but it's different.
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 Competitor Vitor did better.
Compares,
Right.
no, Vitor competed way better than
But
that.
training,
Training Vinicius, he is hard. It's hard to understand his
explain,
game, to
yeah.
expand, and like he had the type of the guy do the move and don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
You ask like, man, how you did it that? And like, man, I don't know. Let's try to figure it out. He like on the trend, he's doing super well.
And talking about that, I think Mike Musumeci. Like when I trained with him, and then I did some privates for him when I was purple belt and he was blue. But the guy is unbelievable. Like I used to teach the position to him, and then he used to do ba 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 ba. The next day when I used to train with him, he tried that position with me. Sometimes work, and I was like, oh my god, he's just a workaholic technique guy.
But like, I can talk about like
There's so many. Yeah.
Rodolfo,
Yeah.
Gutenberg, but these guys we can understand the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you
know
see
it is going to
that happen. You see it's coming. Like, oh my god, I gotta pass my horn, and I can do nothing here. You know what I mean? But like Vinicius, kind of some like he connects some submissions you don't even expect.
waiting
You
for
don't know how to come. You know what I mean? It's different.
That's crazy.
And very like good on top, good on bottom, takedowns. Unfortunately, he stopped. Yeah,
At your weight. Let's go over that about on your weight division. Because I think it's easier.
it's
right?
like I ever train or fight.
Train,
Training.
training partner. I think it's more fair, right, to say
Gutenberg
Gutenberg.
on my division. Yeah,
But Gutenberg is ultra heavy.
he do ultra and super now both. I can do super too. I don't do because I'm lazy.
What about you?
I don't know. Max.
Max is
Nah, see, it's not strength, it's technique, guys.
Max is technical, but that's a different. He's a
No,
big
but-
guy, but technical. He won't hurt you.
Big guy, technical, move like a light guy.
Yeah.
And also he's the one that always kill my half guard. I don't like that. but very, very technical. We're talking about our weight division. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I also can be super, but I go heavy now. Ultra heavy.
Drop
I
it.
work
It's like,
super.
yeah, it's choice. I like ultra heavy. It's not because I should be. Yeah. And you, JP.
My weight, I think, was Lucas Lepper, man.
Lucas. I never had the opportunity to
Me
train
neither, yeah.
with the Lucas.
At least at the times we train, and I see him training.
I can't
I
imagine.
see, I don't know, something different with that guy.
And okay, we all here train with like a lot of good jiu-jitsu guys. No, tell them something you learn just to watch, or like something they tell you and change your game, or like change the direction you think or whatever.
For me, I think I told this at the podcast. One time when I was a brown belt, he told JP,
Who told you?
Luke Lepre,
Lucas.
hey, when you, I don't even know if he remembers this. It's a long time. When you when you get someone in a position, they can move, but every time they move, should get worse.
No, you talk about this over here on the
Over here,
podcast, yeah.
I feel with the Max that sometimes, man, I move it's bad. I move it worse.
I feel that too.
You know what I mean? Like every time you move, should get worse. The guy should not move to be more comfortable or to get a better position. That's the path you wanna go.
That's a great path.
You move, it's gonna get worse. You push him, but you're gonna move the angle and boom, get to a position that the guy will be more uncomfortable until you submit. That was one thing that clicked in my mind. And another thing that
Sorry.
Thiago, teach so many lessons, but like daily, right? Consistent. Sometimes you get from other people that don't train with you so much. Like Gigi, Professor Gigi, told me one thing. You can train light, but don't make mistakes. You can
It's
train
clear,
light
yeah.
because you're gonna practice. You're gonna compete the way you practice. I can go light with you, but I'm not gonna make the mistakes. So otherwise,
Like
I'm
technical mistakes.
technical mistakes. You know, like I can let you get stuff, but I cannot let you get things by making mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can
Make a
train
lot of
that. You're
sense.
gonna pass my guard, but in a way that I'm being technical.
Yeah.
So that also two that I did too. I think those
Yeah.
two things kind of.
How about you?
I think my master Boca, it's unbelievable. Like he knows my game with the closed eyes. Like and every time I see him, every time I said, no, today I'm gonna show my half guard, and it's gonna be surprise. He always say, fail. This hand don't go here. This foot goes here. Move your hips. My master Boca always is unbelievable. Like one time we should have bring him, and one time we should do something so you guys can see how amazing he is jiu-jitsu. Like unbelievable. He knows a
Sure.
lot.
Bring it here for a
Yeah,
seminar or something,
yeah.
you know.
I'm thinking about doing
But
that.
like something he
My
tell we don't remember, or just we watch whatever. Like and change
just everything on the half guard. He told me everything on the half guard. But one thing that he told me, even when I won the worlds, is I used to be very comfortable in a half guard, and then always have like an example, pass the field and down, and stay comfortable here. And it says this hand should keep inside, not here, because then the guy open my hand and then start open, put the knee and force my body this way. But man, a lot of details he tells me. It's unbelievable. Even now that I fought now, Mims, I'm surprised. You know, Anderson was there, and then he was telling me all the mistakes that I did. That was very nice.
crazy.
What about you, man?
Yeah. I feel I learn a lot by examples, you know, by like I'm like a teenager kid in the room with a lot of black belts, you know. I learn a lot by like watching, you know, like see this guy's training, try copy then. But Rodolfo is one of like I copy more, you know, on these times, and like man, I never see that guy give up on a train. He always keep it pushing, you know. And if you
Even when he goes
destroyer. I see what many times he leave the mat and go throw up, leave the mat, take a shower, breathe, come back and keep rolling. You know, these like teach me a lot about by watching. You know, and Julio at one point, I get my leg broke on a motorcycle accident. You know, and fix later, but I back like without the confidence. You know, I back like no confidence, blah blah blah. And like so I come back, I started launching a couple tournaments and lost for people I was beaten before, you know. And we I get in a conversation with him, and he like Max, you gotta you you need to prove something for somebody. I'm like, no, I don't believe so. He like, uh, I like charge, not charge, like eu cobro você alguma coisa, like I ask you for some, I'm like no coach, I'm like well you, yeah I press you or have your mom, your family. It's like no, nobody pressure me, like do this for fun, go compete like you do at the gym, you know what I mean? You do jiu-jitsu every day, it's just another jiu-jitsu day. But some people watch and who win get the medal. But like, there's no pressure on your back. You know what I mean? Do for fun and make it happen. And this like click on my mind. It's like, man, I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. Nobody put pressure on myself. Another thing he said on that conversation, like, who's love you will keep loving, and who hate you will keep hate you. Whatever, if you win or lost, you know what I mean? If you win, your mom will still there, your dad is still there, I will still there. Then I mean, and the guys who don't like you will still there too. It's nothing changed. And this click on me, and I start fight way more relaxed. You know what I mean?
Were you when he told you that?
I'm young, like 19, maybe 20. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like sometimes our professor, masters, can give us advice, in a way that will change our minds. And I
Yeah.
think that's when I hear this, I'm like, wow, one day I want to be like this. And
One
when
thing,
my
right?
Yeah.
Little thing.
one day my students want to ask me something, and I want to be there to
I don't even ask. He just see it, you know, man. Like, and he can see that frustrate on my face on my days, cause I get in the tournaments, don't perform like I be on the trend, and I mean just because the confidence. And he like, man, something's wrong with that kid, and he come with that conversation, change everything. You know,
That
it's
is
like,
nice.
yeah,
That's true. Hey,
it's
one
like
thing that I remember here, sorry, I moved to Goiânia too. But we're gonna talk that about later. I just realized before
to
Berlândia,
train, to train.
before Berlândia,
You
I,
move to go
I,
ahead.
I love playing. I love playing.
Hey, we have too many things
Too many
to say,
things.
but like, hey, probably how long you here?
Oh, I don't know.
almost
But
3
look,
hours.
there's
Right?
Almost 3 hours.
look. Eric Howard asked this question. JP, do you miss competing? Any desire to compete?
We wanna push JP to compete again soon, guys.
Hey.
Hey. We should compete Master World this year all together. Let's go.
So I don't miss competing. I don't miss competing. So what's the question?
He says, if you miss competing, any desire to compete
So
again?
right now, it's not my focus. I think that's why I switched the gears when I opened my school. A little bit before that, I switched the gears. Like I gotta focus on my students. I gotta focus on building the school, the business, because I started from scratch, and that was kind of how I switched the gear when I moved to the West. To be honest, because like I gotta teach jiu-jitsu, and then like.
But in the beginning, you fight a
I
lot.
did
On the
fought
top.
because I still young, a lot going on. But like you see, like you want to change your life, you want to do bigger things. So I did fight more in the beginning, but
In the beginning, like what year was that, JP? Do you remember?
2014 to
14. So you got here.
2017 or
So
18.
you got here in 2014.
14, yeah.
Nice.
And then I got here already fighting. Like they won, boom. I was looking, but I couldn't fight as much because the school I was teaching, there was jiu-jitsu in the beginning, but there's a lot of white belts and kind of like no culture, so I had to kind of rebuild the culture. We started from like 5 people on the mat, like and start building people up until pretty much the point I was able to get people get a lot of people to be able to give me a good training. I ended up leaving to open my own school, and then I'm doing that process. And I really feel I'm on that process there. I'm really building my students to help me to train. Like they're really like helping me a lot. In training. So maybe that time.
We need to. I understand you don't have that feeling, but like the last 4 years I trained with the students, you know what I mean? White
Yeah.
belts, blue belts. But you should have that feeling in one.
Mhm.
But when like you focus too much on other things, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like I feel this now. My school, the PBJJF, a lot of things. That's hard to keep you push you to compete. It's like about the training, man. Lucas Lepe compete a
Did,
lot of
yeah,
words with like train only with his students. We can figure out. We know how to
We can
train.
figure out.
We know how to
Yeah,
train like with the lower
you
belts
start
or
putting
whatever. Like,
because like at some point I really need to teach you private lessons in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I was teaching 30
like to pay the
private-
bills, no.
I was teaching 28 class per week, 28 class per week, plus 30 classes, private lessons per month.
That's a lot. Oh my god.
Wow. That's
You
crazy.
can't think about like compete. Yeah.
So I was teaching private lessons like from 10 a.m. to on Sunday sometimes throughout the week, but Sundays I had 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then I had people hitting me up, hey, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. on Sunday, 11 p.m. and then teaching all the classes throughout the week. So it's kind of like I was sort of focused more on the side of
yeah.
like
Yeah.
building
It's
focus on my students more because when you compete you got to be selfish. Hey, I want to like today I want to train today, and something happened that I couldn't really focus on training for myself. I did like a extra train afterwards, and I did one round. I had to stop.
to focus on the student.
focus on the
I feel this every
know
day.
that, like, it's not about me when I'm at Ogogi teaching. It's not about JP, So I'm trying to build a way where now I have other professors to help me out with other class. Then I can start go there to be a student.
And maybe this turn this on again when
Yeah,
you
maybe, yeah.
well,
I have
like,
more time.
we love to do this, man. We train. We still
love.
train with your students. I know
Yeah.
that, But like maybe when you get like more students give you hard time, it's like, man, maybe we'll fight again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you,
I have.
to be honest, if I get the guys, if I make it the weight, I give you guys a really hard time.
I believe JP fucking tough.
Yeah,
Like,
Don't
if I
let
feel like
don't
I
let
have-
he get the knee cut, especially for the left side. Don't let.
he's really tough. He's really tough.
But
that's
I
kinda-
like talk about competition a little bit. I have a problem, man.
About what?
I should have something to test myself. I have that thing like I should fight somebody.
Me too.
And like I that's
good too,
crazy
yeah.
because like now in the moment where I be, man, it's hard. Like it's hard to train, like to be ready for a competition. Couple students told me like, go for this competition, blah blah blah. You can go coach me, whatever. I look the schedule, I'm like, man, this weekend I'm free. I'll put my name here. And I signed up for a competition. Man, it's like I don't train and they get real, like kind of like 2 years, just like with the students, white belt. You know what I mean? I'll go that fight, but because that fight is like
Inside you.
inside.
It
It's
is,
hard,
it is.
man. It's hard. It's hard to stop.
I tell Luigi, but I think that's a good side of JP for the business, and I see that too. Like sometimes I used to train a lot with my students, and then sometimes my students I can see that they have a questions, but they see me training. So now I change this. Now my classes are for my students, and then after the class is done, then I do a live roll,
Yeah.
but only with the people that is allowed to roll, and then by then I can train.
I do that too.
But
I'm
there's,
doing that.
there's days that I don't roll because
No.
I have to give more attention to my students,
One thing I did for last big tournament, I fought on jiu-jitsu. I don't put my training session on the class, on the time of the class. I create like a different class,
Like 12 p.m. something.
12 p.m. and that's like an invitation only,
Okay.
just like invitation couple students. This helped me a lot, like for the last camp. Get some photos here, like 30 people. Wednesday, 12. You know what I mean? Because like, and like get the connections so people go train. They have because like do your train session. That's a recommendation who start teaching now. If you wanna compete or whatever, and you wanna do your training session on the same time you teach, your school will fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You fail. It will be hard to keep it all line up.
Because,
Yeah,
because the students are there to learn jiu-jitsu, but at the same time, they want your attention,
sure.
But to me, it's hard, Max, because I have full-time job.
Yeah, that's true.
So I cannot train like a 12, But soon,
Hey, we're pushing Ricardo to quit this job.
Yes. we hope he quick it so.
soon I'll be like this. Hey, Max, 12 is open. Let's
Yeah,
Look, I have this guy here question. I don't know before I got a little more time, but
we have all time.
William Caswell. Could you
Will,
guys William?
William.
William. He said.
Will is our future medical. I spoke with him today.
Good. He likes.
I
Will's
gotta
an
talk to you. I
extra,
didn't tell you guys yet, but he will. Be ready.
Will, please.
Let's go, Will.
He says, could you guys talk about the pros and cons of competing as an older semi-beginner?
I just say pros if you choose the right event. Then I mean, if it's safely rules, they match up like on a close Asian weight as possible. Just the benefits. If your doctor say you are allowed to do jiu-jitsu or whatever, just can help you develop your skills and whatever. My opinion. But you need to ask your coach how he
You think you prepare?
yeah, like take make you get ready for the competition. Plan this better. It's different than when you are 20 years old. You can like meet here at the gym. I'll fight next week.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're a little bit older, you gotta prepare yourself a little bit more. Choice better events. PBJJF take care a lot about
For
the
sure.
the
athletes.
the athletes, and that's the way.
And the referees are prepared to also help
Yeah.
to keep the athletes.
We'll
safe.
have doctors on event. That's important too.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
I think you said it all. I agree with you. And but I think the most important thing is this: make sure to talk to your coach, your professor.
I'm his
See-
coach. I'm his professor.
Okay. I
Yeah,
can
talk to JP.
talk to JP, and if you're ready to roll and if you feel good, and if JP says, look, you can try to go to the tournament, you should go. I think that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu, It doesn't matter the age that you started jiu-jitsu, as long as you challenge yourself and you take to the next step, that's the beauty of it.
And it's not about the results; it's about the process of you like getting prepared for it. Like changing maybe your approach of daily, right? Like you sign up to compete, you're like, oh, I'm competing.
Everything's
I'm
changed.
competing.
You go eat better, sleep
everything.
better. Everything
You
like
think
you
about
turn your focus for a different way, and you will start picking better choices.
and that's gonna help your jiu-jitsu, and you might train more. And then later on, after that match, no matter what, everything you did,
You
throughout the
improve.
process, it makes you better.
Always, definitely.
I think we have one more, right? Jack.
Jack say
Still
some, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he was I think second place last year at the PBJJF
Oh, cool.
ranking.
He says,
Shout out for Jack.
just shout out.
Jack.
He says, these podcasts are great. It's cool to listen to a local DMV jiu-jitsu guys tell stories on here. Yes, Jack. This is really nice. This is our intent. This is our intent to do this podcast today. Just so you guys get to know a little bit more of our BJJ history and get closer, because we're really trying to make you guys closer, the BJJ community closer.
Yeah.
We're here to build in that community,
If there's anything happen in there close to them, where should they compete, Ricardo?
I would say definitely PBJJF.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, and also
see him
talk
this
about
year.
talk about the schedule, like
Yeah, guys.
the upcoming event.
We have upcoming events. Can I get your phone
Yes.
real quick?
Sure.
Hey guys, upcoming events. Let me tell you guys the upcoming events for this year. You better be ready and prepare yourself.
No excuse. We're gonna have tournaments almost every month, so you guys should be ready.
Let's see it. All right. Next tournament. PBJJF Washington DC Spring Open, May 20. In May we have DC Open and we have Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
Spring Open.
We come for you guys.
We're coming.
Let's see who gonna get that title this
Let's
time.
see it.
Last time is like very close. Let's see.
Yeah, hey, Coach
Let's-
Cage, if you still listen to us here, be ready. He sent a message to me.
Today?
Yeah, I am going to fight Gui and Absolute.
Hey, yeah, let's go, pão de queijo.
Hey guys, in June we have our first event in New Jersey, the New Jersey Summer Open.
We still have the audio, probably.
No, it's not on the way.
The audio's still running.
Hey, technical problems, guys. Keep on listening to that beautiful voice. Hi, what's up, guys?
Shut up. We're here in the 80-room right now. Man, I could really stay here the whole day.
Me too. I gotta do this like all night. It's crazy. If you have more sushi, if you have more sushi, I go into to 6 a.m. Easy. Easy.
No, it's not in 2%.
Hey,
So if you guys, I don't know, JP, want to talk about the events?
yeah, I will keep talking about the events here, guys. June, we have the first New Jersey event, June 3rd. You know,
Hey guys,
uh,
we were really excited to do our first New Jersey, and then finally made it, and it's gonna be amazing. So if you guys are from New Jersey, guys, come to support us. It's our first PBJJF. I know that some of you guys from New Jersey comes to Pittsburgh and
Pittsburgh,
Philadelphia,
yeah.
and
Also they come from like Philadelphia event, DC, like
out
some
of
schools
DC
from New Jersey, and now
New
we come
Jersey.
close to you guys.
Yes, so please go and support us there, guys.
Yeah,
And
June
you
10th.
can do the ranking too. More you compete at PBJJF tournaments,
More points you
get.
score, yeah. And end the year, we're gonna have a surprise to you for the
Should you
the
do a
rankers.
party only for the champion?
That's the idea. We plan like a party or maybe like a dinner, something. We're gonna do something special for the rank champions. Next event is after that is June 10 in Philadelphia. Philadelphia Spring Open. June 17 Charlotte Spring Open. We're back to Charlotte again. That's the third event in Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Like we grow a lot of school support us too.
Told you know.
We appreciate that, and the big ones, guys, like the first PBJJF Pan Ams on June.
PBJJF Pan Am.
Yes,
And
and
how excited are you guys for the PBJJF?
I'm crazy.
Very excited.
Very
And
excited.
This event is going to be in the history.
I
in-
think that so. I think that the job that we're doing, man, have all of you guys doing the first Pan Ams.
This
It's
event
gonna
will be historical.
amazing.
and we can tell about the new thing we buy for this event or no? Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
guys, upgrades.
We did a big upgrade on our mats. We get like 10 areas, 10 match areas,
Yeah.
and large size,
Great.
like very professional. We look beautiful this event, and I'm so excited to that. After that, August 26th, Baltimore Summer Open. Then September 23, Philadelphia again. September 30, Washington D.C. October 21st, Baltimore Fall. December 2nd, Philadelphia Open. And December 9, Washington D.C.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
No, no, no.
We can fight
There's
ever.
There is more, yeah.
There's one. It says PBJJF Riley Fall Open.
Right.
That's like out of the order. Yeah. Put it on. Sorry guys, I'm not the technological guy.
What does that mean, Max?
You can fight every month. Every month. Some months you can fight more than one time if you wanted, If a lot of people complain about tournaments before, and we are here
We're all here.
to put out events to you, compete. The more you compete, more skills you got, your jiu-jitsu get better. It's like only good things can happen,
And look, one thing here. Let me tell you guys the importance of what are you doing. So we have the New Jersey, our first New Jersey tournament. We have the Pan Ams, and also have new events here. So we have Riley Open. We have a Boston Open. We have a Boston.
We have Boston Open. Riley, I'm excited for Riley too.
Riley, it's the first time too.
Yeah.
Riley, Boston, and we also have Richmond Open. Hey, also
Richmond.
the largest event in the planet for PBJJF.
Words.
World Championship
We're gonna have our first award.
in October.
You guys heard that?
21st.
October
Hey,
21st.
if you win Pan Ams and Worlds this year, you're gonna be in the history. You're gonna be in the history
Definitely.
for sure.
But you know what I like this year that we're doing for the PBJJF guys is that this year we're going above beyond about everything that we're doing, and we did it. New places, first of all, like New Jersey, Richmond, Riley. Then we have Pan Ams. Then we have the World.
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach.
Yeah, so man, we're doing an amazing stuff for you guys. So take the advantage. Boston.
And
The more I think, the more
and we planned this last year a lot to make it happen this year, and that's like Some
we're here hanging out at 12 a.m. And I gotta teach tomorrow, just so you guys know.
me too. I got to tomorrow
Every
morning.
And we do this every time.
No problem. I'll be
So, but like, look how all the things we're doing, you know, like really to like, and the extra work we're doing to really like try to help and grow the jiu-jitsu in our community.
like in the West Coast. You know?
Yeah, getting people
amazing.
together.
Yes.
So that's great, man. Guys, I really loved hanging out with you here. It's a pleasure.
It's
If you
always
guys also wanted this, maybe we give it away. This one here, one. Only special people can get this one, all right? Let you know. You gotta come here and get it. You gotta be invited, all right? Maybe the PBJJF, we should bring the ranking champions here too.
We
on the
will.
podcast.
We will. We will.
That'd be cool.
that would be really
That'd be
nice.
Hey, the ranked. Okay, that's a lot of problems. All the ranked champions will come to the podcast,
That's super cool.
and we have a special thank for special people.
Special people. Special place for special people. Yeah, man, that's great.
Hey, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you,
Oh my
guys.
God.
I hope you enjoy it. We really enjoy
Shout
it.
out for our sponsorship, Brave Kimonos,
Brave Kimonos.
Roll Life.
Don't forget to subscribe and like, comment,
Yeah.
share.
Hey,
You know
one more thing I
Yes.
forgot to tell everybody.
what?
Roll Live will be doing a instructional course as well.
Oh,
If-
Oh yeah,
I would definitely buy your instructional course. if
me
you do
too.
it.
I wanna learn the health guard.
Something to you. Man, I would.
Hey, you're gonna teach how
all the
to
professors eventually.
you're gonna teach the knee cut pass.
I'll do my best.
I will buy that course too.
But that's the way, guys. Thank you so much for supporting. I know you guys. It's been along with a lot of people sticked with us throughout the whole time.
it's
Yeah.
Really doing this to represent well the community.
yeah.
I know. Just a shout out to my wife and my baby Maya. Please back you home. I miss you guys.
You're talking about yours, I'm talking about my too, you know. Hey, I miss Salute, but also like, you know, helping me with the cookie, do all the things in the house.
Hey,
It's hard.
I'm sorry. She go get mad with that, you know. But I just stopped on Marshalls to buy more underwears.
Hey.
I don't know how to wash my clothes. Sure, get mad, man. Sorry.
But that's the way. Thank you guys so much. We hope to see you at. You're gonna see us at all the PBJJF events, Virginia, DC. So many, man.
So, man,
DC,
Pittsburgh,
Prince
Boston,
George,
Richmond, Riley. Oh.
Yeah.
Let's go. See everybody in the next
See you guys.
episode. Let's go. Usa.
Share, like.
Caralho, foi muito maneiro.
Foi muito
Caralho.